I'm still waiting to hear back from Jared. I know he was going to be a little late. I guess he was actually up at the air show in
Yep.
Latrobe.
I saw his Facebook about that. He flew
Yeah.
away.
Just tell him to stop by my house and he can just
Yeah.
use my
Oh, there you
Oh
go.
no, he's like 15 minutes from us.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, just tell him to take a detour and go to Stacy's.
Yeah.
I don't know where we'll put him.
Let's all go play D&D at Barnes and Noble. Just kidding.
Oh God. I'll tell you what.
They would kick us out.
We would
Go-
get a crowd.
go
People would be
into the
like,
library.
"Are you playing D&D?"
Going to the library down in Penn Hills was definitely a trip because the room that we were in, one side of the room has a TV and the other doesn't. And when I set up mine, I actually hooked my computer. I took my laptop, bought a subscription for Air Server for that thing, and then hooked up my iPad to that and put it onto the TV so I could do my VTT. And I was like, yeah, I just need the room with the TV every time is all. Because hey, I'm a digital DM. That's what I am. Okay, so yeah, like I said, just so that I have the explanation of our new inspiration system that we're going to be using, Sunnyside Inspiration. At the start of each session, everyone has inspiration. While it is Sunnyside up, you may click it to gain advantage on a roll or to re-roll a failed roll, but you must take the new roll. While it is Sunnyside down, I may apply disadvantage to your roll to flip it back up. Also, if you crit fail or critically, if you roll a nat 1 or a nat 20, you can get that back.
So, question.
Yeah.
That coin, is that for per person or is that coin for everybody total?
So it's per person. So if let's say that you guys, for example, you're going to be tracking these lizard folk through the swamps. Whoever's making the survival checks, if you want to gain advantage on your check, you can do that by taking away your inspiration, by flipping it over, Sunnyside down. While you do not have inspiration, I can then flip that back over, put it Sunnyside up, and when it is up, I can flip it back up, and that will impose disadvantage on a roll that you make. Also, if you roll a critical fail on a d20 roll, or I crit hit against you, then you can also gain it back from that. So
I don't understand when you're going to be rolling when you're going to make us roll disadvantage.
It would so here's what I will say, because it's actually something that I talked about with Jane Clayton and Stacy about. So if you as a player wish to take on disadvantage on a roll, I can decide whether or not it is an applicable roll. The main thing is I'm not going to use this house roll to fuck you guys over and kill you. I don't want to, you're walking across a tightrope leading over a valley of lava, and I'm going to make you roll, disadvantage on your on your athletics or your acrobatics check. But I also don't want it to be, you got advantage on your attack roll, now it's flipped over. Now you're out of combat, you see a tree, and you ask to climb it, and you impose disadvantage on yourself on a pointless roller. You go up and you try to seduce a barmaid, just as, something. But it's something where I feel that with the other system, with the inspiration point system, I don't reward you guys enough to make those points feel abundant enough that you can use them, but rare enough that they mean something when I give them to you. Doing this, I feel more aligns with the normal system that is already present, but grants you guys more opportunities to use it that does not rely solely on me pointing out times that you guys role play well, because that's technically what inspiration's supposed to be. It's supposed to be when you role play well, I give you this little buff. But you know, it's like how many times, I mean, and Smith, you know this probably more than anyone, how many times back in the day it was, you know, somebody cracks a joke at the table and they get inspiration. Like, you get inspiration for anything, but if we kind of more tie it to a mechanical factor, such as rolling a nat 20 or a nat 1, now there's like a thing that you can get that back. You know, a nat 1 doesn't always have to be a negative now. So there will be a little bit glimmer of hope out of a nat 1. Not only that, but again, I'm not going to use this system to kill your character or to like use it on a roll that is like story changing or something like that. I do, you know, I can't really say 100% right now a perfect example of what I would do it with. But that's kind of why I want to try it out. You know, it's a different system. It's something I saw online. I think it's interesting. I think it's different than anything that I've used, and I just want to see how it works. I figure between the two groups, I can get a different feel. You know, see how people like using it. So, if you're willing to placate me for a little while with it, and hey, that's why I said with your IP points, the main thing that my intention with those to change is a maximum and a new starting amount. I haven't really fleshed that fully out. Honestly, that might be how I run the Rhyme games. Something where, like, you know, you always start with 5 points, but you can gain them, you know, every time you roll a nat 1 or I crit hit against you, you roll a d6, you can add some, or, you know, something like that. Or if you roll a nat 20 on, you know, something else, I don't know. Like I said, I'm still trying to brainstorm between the two.
I have 7.
Yeah,
So that means I can use it 7 in like.
So those points, Hannah. Like I said, we're not using that system right now, but you can just leave it on your character sheet.
Oh, okay.
Basically, the way that those would work is if you rolled a 13 to attack an orc, and you know, like a 13 is not gonna hit. Actually, no, a 13 would hit an orc. But let's say you rolled a 10 to attack an orc, and you didn't know whether it hit or not. Well, I would tell you that it doesn't hit. Then the next person rolls a 15 and hits it. On your next turn, you roll an 11. Well, you know a 15 hits, and an 11, you don't know if that hits. So you could spend 4 points to get that up to a 15. The thing is that it only takes a 13 to hit an orc. But because I don't tell you guys ACs for creatures, you have to guess. And it's kind of shitty, and I've been thinking about this more and more, it's kind of shitty to make you guys guess on what a creature's AC would be or what a roll needs to beat in order to spend those points. Because if you needed to roll a 20 to hit this creature and you rolled a 15 and you add 3 points because you don't know what its AC is, you just wasted those 3 points. That's what I don't like about that system.
But then if you needed like a 17 and you decide, oh, I'm going to use all 5,
right,
then you wasted 3.
Then you've wasted, yeah. So it's like you're playing a gamble at that point, and it's not really, you know, because I don't hand them out as much as I could or I should, I feel like I need to address that. So yeah, like I said, I just want to try this new system for a little bit. You know, we'll see how it goes. If you guys like it, awesome. If you don't, we can always jump back to what we're used to.
So if I hit this, do I click the sun once if I use it, or no?
Yeah, so basically at the beginning of every session, you're going to make sure that little sun is there. When you want to gain advantage on an attack roll, or, you know, any D20 roll technically, you can gain advantage or you can re-roll it if you fail, but you have to take it, the new roll.
Okay.
So then you click it. So if you don't have the little sun on there, that means at some point I can say, hey, you need to roll disadvantage on this check or this save or this attack. That's
gotcha.
what it's,
okay.
Or if you're in the middle of combat and you roll a nat 1 and your attack misses, you get that inspiration back. Or if
Okay.
if I
Nice,
roll a
okay.
nat 20 against you, you get that back.
Wait,
And you said it
only
resets
get it
every
back.
session.
It
You get it
resets
back
every
every.
session. So yeah, at the beginning of every
Ooh.
session, you always start with inspiration.
You use it
That's
before it's over.
You can, I mean, that's kind of the thing. It's an incentive to use it. They're gonna wash out at the end of the session.
Oh, it's gonna make it fun.
So it's going to make it an opportunity
fun.
where it
Yeah.
benefits you to use it at some point instead of the inspiration points which you harbor until that very moment that you might need them, but you don't know what's coming around the corner, or the other inspiration where once you get it, you don't want to use it because you don't know when you're going to get it again. But with this, every session you're going to start with inspiration.
Cool.
So.
Cool.
We only
Meh.
end up with the one though.
What do you mean?
Like we all have inspiration right now, and if right out the back
Yes, you
somebody
will only
rolls,
ever have one at one time.
Oh yes.
somebody,
So,
yeah,
yeah, you're
somebody
only
rolls
ever...
a nat 1 like first thing. Too bad.
Yeah. So,
You
well,
don't
that's it.
get
Yeah, if
anything
you roll a
extra.
nat 1 in the very beginning, well, then hey, I might impose disadvantage to give it back to you, you know, at some point. Okay, cool. So now that we got that covered, and it is 6 o'clock, still haven't heard back from Jared, but I'm sure he'll pop in at some point. So, quick recap from last session. You guys had continued exploring the House of Thalavar back in the town of Lylon. It was, you guys decided that you were going to go and talk with Galio now that you had found the bones of Thalavar, as well as you already had the bones of the tiny little fairy Soapwort. You also had his journal. On the way down there, me suggested performing a seance and trying to commune with the dead in order to put this matter at rest. In the process of performing the seance, me was able to connect with Soapwort, the tiny little fairy companion of Thalavar. Me then offered up his body to use as a vessel for Soapwort so that he could speak to the group. He then explained that back in the day, he and Thalavar were companions, and that he that he was unaware of his own death, and he was unaware of what happened to him and Thalavar. So, the group then performed a second seance in order to call for Thalavar, because in the first instance, Galio, who had been the normal vessel for Thalavar, had, you know, used his own arcane essence to kind of drive his spirit back in. But after convincing him, you were able to pull forth Thalavar's spirit through the vessel of Galio, and Thalavar and Soapwort were able to discuss with one another the matter at hand, them then leaving the bodies of me and Galio, allowing them to pass on into the afterlife together. So, it was at this point that Galio thanked you guys for helping him with the matters here and allowing him to get his workers back into this place. Thalavar also gave Galio the ability to understand his pictographic writings, allowing Galio to really accelerate his research and study. Albina then went out and with the group and buried the bones of Thalavar and Soapwort. Sorry about that.
I was wondering if my mic just cut out or
No,
not.
no, that was
when you did
me.
that.
So yeah, you guys buried the bodies, the bones of. Hey, there he is. You buried the bones of Thalavar and Soapwort. And as you were leaving, the group looked back up, and it was actually it was Albina and I believe you who noticed that at the top of the tower, after you guys had cleansed the spirits there, the uh, the image of that warrior figure that Albina had seen when you guys first arrived at the tower appeared again, held its sword aloft in a salute to all of you, and then disappeared from sight. At this point, the group split up a bit. Me and you went over to the tavern in order to have a drink. It was there they found out that the ale shipment was a few days late and that there had been no signs of it recently and that the town was starting to run dry. Me got very upset about this and basically said that they were going to go track it down. The other group went over to the council meeting, or went over to the council hall, where they spoke with Sergeant Yoram and Griselda. But it was there that they met the half-orc stonemason named Breltora Redeye, who was talking with Sergeant Yoram and Griselda about how a recent patrol of the Lylon Guard had not returned back to town yet, and that she was starting to get worried for her friend, Vester Jessup. They explained that there were 3 others as part of that group, and your group decided that you were going to go down the path to look for these missing guard, and it was at that point that me and you burst into the council hall, explaining that you were not only going to look for that, but you were more going to go look for the missing ale.
I was going to say, if I recall, it wasn't us agreeing to look for the guards. It was me saying, there's a citywide emergency.
That's
this
right.
is more important. Fuck your guards.
Yep. So you
And
guys
somebody said, "Hey, this might be related to why the guards are
Yep.
missing."
Yeah, very true. Very could be. So you guys started to make your way. One second. So with that, you guys started to make your way south towards where the last known locations of the patrol would have been, following a map that Yoram made for you. And it was along the way that nothing happened that night because it was a quiet evening walk along the path towards the swamps. But the next morning, you guys were able to find the site of Chaos, what I have here on the map, which does only show 1 wagon, but there was 2 of them. There was one that was decked out in supply holsters for basic general supplies, but there was another one, much to me's dismay, that was outfitted with more cylindrical holding rigs that could hold giant barrels of ale that were unfortunately missing.
It was horrible.
Yes. It was here though that you guys were able to determine that the tracks here were mostly humanoid, but they seemed lizard folk in nature. Now, I used a name last time that was the opposite name of what I meant with one particular detail that will matter in a storyline that I need to correct now. This was my mistake. I said the wrong name 100%. So, when you came across the scene of the overturned wagons, I had said that the name on the side of the wagons was the Perfectone Mercantile Transport Company. That is not the case. I misspoke. It is in fact the Wagon Wheel Cloak Society. It is still the same company of overland wagon-based travel and transport services, much like UPS, FedEx, or even for people, Uber and whatnot. The Perfectone Mercantile Group is a different company that operates using magical transportation.
And it's run by an evil man named Beth Jesus.
Well, they wouldn't have. Oh God, they God.
That's
Beth
what
Je-
makes it magical. It's the
Fuck.
drones.
Now I have to add that. I have to put that in my notes now. Beth Jesus.
Oh God. Well, oh, weird. That's odd. I just saw your Twitch channel get banned in real time
Right.
after saying that.
In real time.
I'm gonna put it on this page. All right, Beth Jesus is the owner of Perfectone. So
This is why you waited for me. I can
that's
tell.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I needed that name. So yes, that is what happened, and then you guys were able to, like I said, you were able to determine that the tracks that were leading into the swamp were of the lizard folk variety.
Yay.
So,
Death
Jared,
to the lizard folk. Hell of
hey,
her
Mm.
kind.
to your own desires.
Albie doesn't have a problem with lizard.
Jared, real
They
fast,
stole the ale.
just so I can
Yes.
answer any question that you may have. I talked with the group about it. I'm employing a new inspiration system.
I see the Sunnyside inspiration.
Cool. So,
Is that
if-
why I have the inspiration thing lit up on my character sheet?
correct. That is why.
Okay.
So, anytime you wish to gain advantage on a roll, you can click that to make it go away. Let me know that you're using your inspiration. Then this way, during the adventure, I can turn that over and impose disadvantage on you, or if you roll a crit fail or I roll a crit hit against you, you also gain it back.
Okay.
Cool.
So we're ignoring the inspiration points then?
Ignore the inspiration points for now. Keep them on your character sheet so you know how many you have. I do have plans to work with that a little, but I haven't, fully hammered them down yet. I might discuss that with you guys on the Rhyme game, because I might make that a thing for there just to test that out.
Okay.
So, with that, we can get started. Like I said, you guys are right here alongside the road. I actually now have a map for the scene that you came across. Like I said, there should just be a second wagon that I don't have on there. But you guys have free action.
Tracks are everywhere.
There
We see
are.
all these tracks.
Can I see if any of these tracks are magical, and if so, where the magic came from? Like direction-wise of the transport?
So let me ask you this. How are you determining whether something is or is not magical tracks?
Hmm.
I mean, I'm just curious.
Yes.
I'm just curious.
Yes.
Like what
Yes,
are
he
you
said.
are you
How?
like, are you casting like a spell to do this? Because the only spell that I would know of that would be able to determine the magical essence of something would be more detect magic.
What if I dispel magic?
I mean, if there's any magic there, it would be dispelled.
And so the tracks will be gone.
If they were magical tracks that were meant as illusory, distraction, yes, technically.
So
Pull up my
What?
sword and my hand crossbow. We gotta follow the tracks. We gotta find the ale.
Yep. What do we know? What do you all know about this type of terrain? The Mirror Dead Men. Like, what might we find in here?
Are you
We
asking
just
someone
follow
specifically,
tracks,
or are
Willie.
you asking the whole
The
party?
whole group. whole
If
group.
everybody wants to roll me a history check me and you have advantage on this.
Okay, I was just gonna ask.
What was the question?
She wants to know what you know about the mirror, the Mire of Dead Men. What do you know about this area and this terrain of a swamp?
Ugh. Poor Iluna. That's why she's asking.
She's
I'm
like,
too-
anyone got any idea about this? Because I have
What are we
none.
gonna
I'm too bloodthirsty for the ale.
Albina
So
just shrugs her shoulders. You got me there.
There's no like general knowledge base.
It's
what?
I mean, it is a swamp, for sure.
I'll smack my shoulder and hit the bug on. There's a bug on me. That's all I know.
Stacy in America knows swamps have like alligators and snakes and frogs and I don't know what kind of creatures generically inhabit.
Oh, well, see, I lived in
Fantasy
Mississippi for
swamps.
about a year. And the answer is yes.
Everything. It's dangerous.
There's mosquitoes the size of you's head.
Okay, so I'm going to say that with the fact that me and you had been smugglers and pirates along the Sword Coast for quite some time now, and we had already established in the two of you's backstories that you had used the mire as a hiding out kind of Dead Man's Cove area in order to hide away from other more reputable traders and pirates. You know that there is oftentimes on the edge of the swamp is where less of the dangerous creatures live and roam, but further in, the further you go into the swamps and into the mire itself, the more deadly and dangerous it becomes. Beyond that, you know that the swamp is home to lizard folk. It is home to Yuan-Ti, the snake people, and it is also home to a number of rumored monstrosities.
It was
Leave
Smith?
me out of this.
It was Smith and Septis who discovered the tracks and declared them to be lizard folk.
Yes.
So what do either of you know about lizard folk that you were able to recognize their tracks?
Well, one second before I get to that, because Smith rolled a 21 on his history check. So, Smith, while you're not as familiar with like the very specifics of the swamp itself, like what it holds and everything, there is something you have heard of that was one time located inside the swamp. The rumor holds that deep within the Mire of Dead Man, there used to be a ruined citadel that was home to a monstrous dragon. Now, it has been some time since you've heard this, and rumors are always just rumors. But there hasn't been anything, at least in your extensive life, that has led you to believe that this isn't still there, nor that the rumors were untrue.
I'll share that information to the group.
Oh. Do you not know what kind of dragon? Just generically a dragon.
You know what, Smith, I'll actually say, because you rolled that nat 20 back a while ago about dragons, and more specifically, I will say that Smith is well aware of the fact that swamps are more commonly the home of black dragons. What'd you say, Smith? You are underwater.
Don't drown!
We'll save you.
Don't worry, I can control the water. I will pull that water out of you.
I can breathe underwater.
Oh God, can you imagine if somebody used control water to extract all the water out of a
Ew.
person's body to kill them?
You can't
Yeah.
do that.
I know, I was just kidding.
Here's
Yeah.
a glass of water. I'm gonna make you
I mean, I
drown
can.
in
If
it.
he was drowning in water,
Yeah.
I can make him. Yeah, that's what I meant.
It's funny enough that was a thing about what was it? It was create water.
Well, yeah, because
Oh.
they're
It was
created in somebody's lungs.
Create or destroy water, where you can create up to 10 gallons of water in an open container. So so the argument there is, rules is written, as long as somebody's mouth is open, their lungs are an open container
Also
with
open?
their mouth. So you can create water. You can create 10 gallons of water in their lungs, drowning them where they stand.
That's awful.
It's awful. Yeah, no, control water specifically says any freestanding water.
Freestanding water, yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I'll say, Smith. You definitely know that swamps are the preferred home of the most egregious of dragons, the most evil, the most horrific, spiteful, and malicious dragons, black dragons.
Wait.
Racist.
So on top of generic snake, alligator, whatever else we might find. Lizard
We've been
folk.
traveling these swamps for years. I haven't seen no stupid dragon in here.
Well, that's because they're smart.
Yeah, if they were so smart, the dragons
Meanwhile, we're all
wouldn't be.
standing on top of one.
If the dragons were so smart, they wouldn't be trying to hide from people.
They can transform into people.
Ah, that's old fairy
can
tale
transfer?
myths.
Oh, okay. I meant one.
That's an old fairy tale myth. Dragonborns are just as the byproducts of a lucky bard who survived the sex.
Jesus.
Okay. Believe that then.
So,
It is true. That's why every time a bard seduces a dragon, they have to roll a strength saving throw immediately after.
They have to
I
roll a
Luna means
Constitution
she
save.
did meet a dragon in human form.
Yeah, you guys already
I
did
can
meet a dragon in
change
human
into a
form.
It is you.
What the fuck?
So
Luna's dragon.
meet a black dragon.
I didn't tell you guys this, but I'm a dragon. Sorry.
All this time.
All this time in our friendship ring and everything. I mean, our friendship bracelet.
Listen, that black dragon isn't getting between me and my L, regardless if it's in this forest or not. I will wear its head on my belt if it gets in the way of this.
You have a belt?
Pretty big belt.
Yeah, buddy, that's
I have to have a belt. How do you think I keep the pants up?
big belt.
Wait, you have pants?
It doesn't look like he has pants on.
Donald ducking it this whole time.
Wouldn't surprise me.
The pirate hat and the pirate jacket, no pants.
Jesus.
Arr.
That's awful. The thought of that is just awful. The last thing I want to think of is me with a Donald ducking it the whole time.
Listen, the mast has to get the wind or else I'm not going anywhere, Lucas.
Ugh, gross. Just gross. All
Alright, good night, everyone. Good session.
Just gross.
Head off
Jared,
of Black
don't
Dragon.
you have... I thought one of you had a, or maybe you didn't buy that. I thought one of you guys bought a cartographer's...
No, that was you.
Oh, that was you. The cartographer's map
Cartographer's
case.
map case?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. For some reason
Yeah,
I
I
thought.
got that.
Okay. Okay.
So,
You
That's what happens when you think, bud.
you roll me
Is
a
that-
d. You roll me a d20.
is that different to the map case that technically Iluna has because we bought one along?
Yes.
That's just a regular one.
Yours. Yes. Yours is just a regular one.
I don't even think
Basic.
it's in my inventory technically because I was just like, whatever Zash had, I got.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Aaron.
Don't worry about what.
Exactly.
You weren't worried.
Can't
Some-
be worried about something if I didn't know about it.
I know.
Never mind. So which
Alright.
way are these tracks heading, guys? If it's Smith and who's going first?
So the
I
tracks,
will.
The tracks are heading.
No.
The tracks are just heading deeper into the swamp.
I still have silence.
Oh, I'm fully prepared to go further into the swamp, and I will lead this party to their death for this ale.
Was there any signs of life or like battle or anything like that?
Here, yes. As you look around the ground, you can see that there is various signs of combat, of distress, and there's even some blood stains. Now that you are taking a little bit of extra time to look at everything.
No bodies or anything?
No bodies that you can see. No.
Yeah, but Iluna found one little scrap of clothing suggesting the patrol had been here. It was like never winter heraldry or colors on it or something.
Yes. Of the you did find a scrap of clothing that had the Neverwinter heraldry on it, which is what the soldiers of Lylon wear.
Bina kind of wants to just back away from the group and like go up past Iggy behind this wagon. Is that, I guess, part of it?
Uh-huh.
And I want to cast silence in front, 120 feet in front of us.
Okay, you can definitely do that. I'm not sure to what degree or to
Anyone
what...
notice me? I rolled my stealth. I don't know if anyone will notice. Who would notice me?
I mean, so the thing is with silence, it is a... Do you have silence?
just-
Yeah. It's verbal and somatic, so you have to say something. So yeah, with a 16, that is not going to beat Iluna's passive perception.
She's gonna see me regardless.
So yeah,
moving away from
no one else.
her and going to the other side.
No one else notices this of you going back there, but yeah, 120 feet away, you create a 20-foot radius sphere of silence.
The sound of silence.
Sound of nothing.
So I guess my question there is to what...
Why?
Yeah, to what benefit were you attempting to do this for?
Well, wouldn't that be like? Maybe I'm misunderstanding my silence.
So let me ask you this: what were you trying to accomplish?
To give us a little more stealth to going into wherever we were going.
Okay.
But maybe that's not what my thing is supposed to do for me.
Well,
it's been a while since I've cast silence. Let me see.
So let me do this. So
because I didn't want anything to get like, I don't know. I'm kind of trying to picture, and I know you said it gets a little more dangerous the more we go in.
yeah.
So
So
I was like, if something wants to get an attack on us or something.
So the thing to keep in mind with silence is that it creates an immovable sphere directly in front of you. Now, the Mire of Dead Men is rough from where you guys are currently located to the shoreline. From what you could figure is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is roughly 60 miles. So
never mind.
I will
It's
say
not gonna
yes.
really do much.
If you wish to rescind that spell, unfortunately none of you.
That's right. It doesn't follow me. I forgot that. Yeah.
Right now, the spell that you might be thinking of, which I don't believe anybody in this group currently has, is pass with. Do you have that?
No, I don't even know what spell it is.
It's the spell Pass Without Trace.
That's what it is.
So Pass Without Trace. Yeah, Pass Without Trace is one that allows you cast it on yourself, and then you are able to do it. But the thing is that that is relegated to druids and rangers, and actually Albina's cousins, the Earth Ganassi, now get that.
Oh. Now separated.
Never mind. You're just gonna see Albina go over, and she's gonna kind of crouch and just be like, never mind, stretching.
It is maybe in your mind that clerics could have used that in the past because trickery clerics also get access to Pass Without Trace. So.
Well.
I think I was brand new whenever they had mentioned it back in the day with JJ.
Also, yeah, JJ or Tony.
JJ was
Tony. JJ and Tony, yeah.
Yeah, one of them. Because JJ was a shadow monk.
That's why. Yeah.
Got that later, well, he got that later on. I also think Vanadar was a Kalishtar. I know that one of them had it.
It was the previous one from Vanadar.
You know what? No, it was. It wasn't. It was just the fact that he had that. He had that because of his.
Was it a feat?
Yeah, I can't remember.
But yeah, that was thinking. I was thinking. I don't know why I was thinking my silence did that, but never mind.
It's all good. I understand.
It's so useful.
Albina just goes over and crouches, and she's shaking off the bugs and walks back around, and Iluna's just like, "You good there?"
You're like over there. You're like murmuring to yourself, and it's like you realize this moment that's like passing your mind. It's like, if only I had that other spell.
Yes.
Oh, Nylor. Tony.
Nylor.
Tony had it because he was a star druid, and druids get that spell.
Yeah. And I just scratched the back of my head. Oh yeah, that was Nylor. I can't get that. I just walk back over, shrug my shoulders. Sup, Iggy? Just nod my chin to him.
Iggy's just like standing there. He didn't even realize you walked away. He's like, oh hey.
So, are we going deeper into the swamp to find these people in ale?
Yeah, so that is my question, because I'm curious myself.
So, I just want this to be said. As we are traveling and not in combat, I want to be walking with my my 10-foot pole.
Like in front.
Do you have a 10-foot pole?
I do have a 10-foot pole.
What is your 10-foot pole?
Quarterstaff?
It is a 10-foot pole.
I know exactly. Okay. All right, that's fine. All right, so I do need to know, if you guys are heading into the swamps, who is the one leading the group? Because one person has to make survival checks to follow the tracks.
I can lead them if they'd like. Back in the glory days
Not
of
you.
Well,
okay,
no.
not you. I thought you were like, no, not you. I'm like, oh, okay.
So
my survival check is a +2.
I have a +4.
Now, here's what I will say. You guys have the opportunity to help someone track if and only if you are proficient with that skill. I believe is only
Okay.
Iluna and Seftis.
Something I was getting at. Everyone was talking at once. My survival's +5, but
Nice.
you wouldn't give any advantages to me or you because they're from. I don't know if you're storing up that they know this area.
Me and you know kind of how to move
We know
through a
these
swamp.
better.
They do not necessarily know how to track through a swamp.
Smith, would Smith know that? Or no?
I mean, not really, because I mean, me and you are used to the swamp environment, but they often used it more as a let's get in, let's find a place big enough for our boat, hide out for a little while. Maybe they had to kill some things that would come after them, and then they would leave. Those of you that are more skilled with survival and tracking and hunting, that is going to be more where this is applicable.
Oh, well, Iluna has a 5. She's better off than me still, because I have a 4.
No, I think Mies is lower than that.
Mies is a 2.
No, I mean she's better off than Iluna. I mean, Iluna is better off than Albina.
Yeah. There you go.
Can't speak anymore.
I know what you meant, Alex.
All right. So is Iluna the one heading up the trail?
I could go side by side with her if she wanted, or if she's taking Seftis.
So that's what I mean. It's only one person
if Seftis is the best who helps, then I can go.
Seftis is, Iluna would be the one to actually be rolling the survival checks if that's what you guys decide. But being that Seftis is the only one in the group who is proficient in survival, he would be the only one that would be able to aid her and help her, granting her advantage on her checks.
Okay, I just saw the PROF at the top here. Ignore me.
All good. Yep, that's what the little red dot means. So is that the case, Iluna?
I don't want to, but it seems like the way to go. I'll be hesitant.
Don't worry, me will follow right behind you.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah, you will follow behind.
Flipping eyes open. Can I have Anime fly a bit? I don't like her flying too far ahead.
So, if you want, yes.
Or sort of.
But, I will say this: you can see further into the swamps, the trees get a lot thicker, and her flying overhead, she may have some difficulty seeing what is ahead. So her perception checks will be made with disadvantage.
Just keep her nearby, looking out. And I suppose I will lead with a big stick, trying to whack the shit out of any freaking snakes or alligators or other horrifying. Sure. Apparently, Iluna has not been near a swamp the way I rolled.
Yeah. She, I mean, hey, most people do regularly avoid swamps.
Bina's gonna be walking with her rope in her hand, like Indiana Jones.
Okay.
So, Seftis, you helping me then? You found these tracks.
Yep. Yeah, I'll just walk it with you near the front, I guess.
I want to be standing in
my
the very
sword
back.
and crossbow drawn. Let's go.
This is terrifying.
Okay. You is now standing in the very back.
I'll walk right behind Iluna.
For those who are around, for those who can see you, he has out a 10-foot long fishing rod.
No, it is a 10-foot pole.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I looked at the wrong thing. It's a 10-foot pole.
Fishing pole.
No, it is a 10-foot pole. Once I say the command word, it is a fishing pole.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So you see him with this giant 10-foot pole. As you guys start walking.
I just look back at him.
So,
a little excessive.
what this means is that only Albina, me, and Smith and you, only your passive perceptions are going to account for any encounters that may befall, because Iluna and Seftis are focused on tracking. So, Iluna, I need you to make your first. I need you to make your first survival check.
I've lost my passive perception for survival. This is going the wrong way.
Fine, my passive perception is high enough.
We're
No,
good.
mine's high
We're good
enough.
for now.
I mean, you can roll again if you want to. I mean, you have advantage.
Oh, I
Because
forgot.
Seftis is helping you.
I just clicked it. I'll roll it again. But next time I'll try and remember my advantage. They're both very good. I should save that 19 for a future one.
Only if it worked like that.
Isn't that something like halflings can do? They could save people or something.
What is it? Halflings. No. Halflings can get the feat Bountiful Luck, where they can offer their own lucky trait to other creatures.
Oh. Anyhow.
All right. Okay, so you start making your way along. As you do, you can see that the tracks leading from this original site further into the swamps, you're keeping an eye on them. Various sizes of bipedal lizards, but you do actually notice that some of these prints, more closer to where the fight happened and where the initial attack supposedly happened with the wagons, you can see there are definitely booted prints. But as you follow further and further in, you no longer see those booted prints. It is just the lizard bipedal feet. But there is something else you notice. Strange ruts in the mud that look like dual-tracked sleds. So you can actually kind of see those on this map right here. What looks like would be sled tracks that have been pulled through the mud. And the ruts are deep enough that the sleds are probably being pulled by a great deal of weight.
It's the ale.
Now, there is a point also when you notice that a lot of these tracks that you're following, especially as you get further in, one of the things that you're noticing, I'm going to say this might be because Seftis is maybe offering his heat in order to, kind of clear up some of the moisture in the ground so that the tracks are a little bit more apparent, and that's what's helping guide you through. But there is a slimy mucus residue that is covering these sled tracks. Roll me a nature check, Iluna.
Me? I was gonna roll it anyhow. Ew.
Yeah, you don't know what this could be. In your mind, you're kind of thinking it's probably maybe something from the swamp, but you're not sure.
Can't get anyone else to look for it.
I mean, you can ask. That's up to you to ask the group.
So me or anybody see anything like this before?
Anybody else that
That
wants
would
to
be,
make a nature check?
Let's see.
Nope.
Well,
I'll check and see. Albina's just the slow roller.
You think he remembers everything he's killed in this swamp?
Oh, sorry. Me and you roll with advantage. Sorry, I forgot to tell you.
Oh.
Ooh, is that what I got?
Okay, well, not much better, but
Much better.
Oh,
Still waiting on Albina. Nature.
You
Aaron.
said nature?
Yep.
So sad. It was the natural 20. And then I
Oh,
thought it was a 2, and then it stopped on a 12.
You're the only one to pick up on what these could be. Now the rest of the group, you kind of have this thought, like, is this from the swamp? Is this like a residue from something natural? But when you see it, you recognize it for what it is. This is slime that is usually created by snails. Now, the thing that really brings that to your mind is that you only know of one thing that could create trails as big as this. And that is a creature known as a flail snail.
Huh.
what are they?
Well, I mean,
I
that's
don't
up
have
to...
any empty vials, do I?
I don't believe you do. Roll me a D100, buddy. Nope. No, you don't. You have an ink bottle, a 1 ounce bottle of ink.
But I need that to write down for my notes.
Sure.
I looked at that first before I asked Lucas.
Yeah.
So a flail snail. What?
My question here
what
is,
this is?
No.
Yeah, does you reveal that he knows this? So, Aaron, I'm gonna say with that nature check, you knows of one thing about these, and it's just kind of where the name comes from. These things have mace-like tendrils that they can swing and attack creatures that they feel are a threat.
Oh.
Will he tell the group? Who knows?
I message me with message. And let me know.
Okay. The only thing me will say is, well, you guys might be seeing some creatures you may not have thought existed. I still haven't seen a dragon in this swamp, though.
No.
I know.
What are
right?
you rolling perception checks for, Anna?
I was trying to roll. I forget the first one earlier. I was just gonna roll now and see if Albino could pick up on anything between the two of them.
I mean, being that
I'm just trying to see.
Yeah, being that message, like you do see.
Just after he said that, I kind of just wanted to I just want to be like looking at them both, like these. What are these two up to?
Yeah, you see. I'll say that you can see you pays a little close attention to this trail that this slimy residue. He points over at me, and you see the two of them kind of making acknowledging glances at one another.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah, I was checking the check on the slime because I thought they were mentioning that, but no.
Yeah, no, okay. that is what your nature check was. Unfortunately, these things are extremely.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's what I was gonna ask. Since Iluna's like, have any of you seen any of this? She would. I don't know if would watch them if anyone looks at it or anyone.
Oh, I've seen some weird stuff in the swamp. Can't remember it all. Just know a lot of it's deadly.
Well, keep an eye on out.
Some of it's pretty tasty too.
Probably. Maybe we can have a meal later.
Oh, the best feasting was that alligator we found back in the day. Nothing like some gator over an open fire.
Yeah, I like the snake better.
Well, if we need to do that, we gotta get ale first so we can drink with our meal.
So, with the successful survival check of Iluna, the group moves further into the swamps. All right. At this point, Stacy, if you would not mind rolling once again.
The beautiful bean footage.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
You have advantage.
That is with advantage.
I rolled it with the little right
Nice.
click time.
All right. So,
right stop.
Your group, as you're leading your group in, you feel that you are still following these tracks pretty well and true. But I need you to, let me see here. All right, Stacy, I need you to make a nature check.
What do you need? Do you need me to do anything?
Nope. Oh, well, I mean, yeah, you know what? Go ahead. If you want to roll your stealth check.
Did I roll mine too?
I don't know what you'd be doing it for.
I don't know.
Okay, no, I like this. I like this idea. So
my idea?
Kind of your idea.
Okay.
So the group traversing forward was Iluna and Seftis. They were in the front. And then, sorry, I'm moving you guys over to a different map. And then it would have been Albina and Smith with Iggy. Anime would have been maybe on the shoulder of Igma, followed by me with his crossbow, and you with his big pole.
He only has it out just in case if there's water, he wants to go fishing.
Oh, gotcha. I mean, the thing is, there's water all over this place. Like, you are in a swamp. So there is
like fishing depth water.
Yeah.
Not.
Well, so. Speaking of fishing depth water, so
why is Iggy all alone?
Iggy is all alone because I'm going to be moving you guys over to a different map. So,
combat.
You guys begin to follow the path down into the swamps. Seftis, Albina, and Smith, the three of you guys start to hear these, like, odd sounds from around you. Mostly coming from behind. You know, you check over your shoulder, you look back, you don't see anything. You look back when you hear this, and you can see the smug, shit-eating grin pasted across Yu's face as he is making the sounds of lizard folk, the croakings and clickings that has gotten the attention of the others. Albina, you are continuing, Iluna, you are continuing to track on, but the distractions of these noises start to take your attention. Eventually, you look down after hearing these sounds, and you don't see the tracks. You press on a little bit more, trying to find them. Seftis beside you with his great sword in hand, ready to fight whatever these strange noises are. But it's at that point that you realize your feet just got a little bit heavier. As you try to wrench forward, and you look down, and I need everyone to roll me a d4.
We found quicksand!
A D4.
You're goddamn right you did.
Well, I'm screwed.
Well, I have my rope, you guys. Don't worry.
Who am I missing?
Oops, how do I do this?
I need.
That's just as a magic carpet.
It's going. Yeah, sorry. Ooh, it's so pretty here. Albina's just sinking in the sand, looking around. Oh, it's so pretty. We didn't have this when I was in the army.
Yeah, you didn't often go into the swamps too often.
Just like diddly daddling. Oh, this is nice.
Right there.
Pulls out Rafa. He's on her shoulder. Editor, no.
So, Luna, as you try to pull your feet out, you look back, your party around you, you can see that Cephas has always been taller than you, but as you take this moment, you realize that he's getting really tall somehow. And so is you. So, what I need you guys to do is actually, I am going to mark this down so that I do not forget. Need a pencil. Actually, no, I'm just going to...
You have a computer. Use your notepad.
I can just make a screenshot. I also do have a notepad. Thank you. I like not even thinking.
Forgot that was a thing on computers.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? All right, so we got Bina, Luna. We got me, you know I'm gonna I got me, Cephas, Smith, and you.
Hey.
And so Albina is that. Iluna is that. Me is that. Cephas is that. Smith is that. And you is that. So, in this moment, you realize you are starting to be swallowed up by a pit of quicksand that you are all caught in. Iluna and Smith, the two of you have sank 5 feet into this. Albina and me, you have sank 4 feet, which that means that you are completely submerged. And Cephas
and is submerged?
Me, as far as I know, since me is a small goblin, that would mean that according to his...
Just gone.
I just see a hat. Where's Iggy?
This is the thing. I don't
For some reason, Iggy didn't follow us.
Oh,
He's
shit,
right
no,
there.
Iggy's there. Hold on. I have to roll for Iggy.
Yeah, I'm just gone.
I'm so glad I carried this rope with me, you guys. I'm gonna, like, Indiana Jones it, tie it on to Cephas, and start flinging people out of this quicksand.
Alright, so Volo's Guide. Here we go. Yeah, so goblins are between 3 and 4 foot tall. So
He's a tall goblin.
Yeah.
With the shoes, he's 4 foot 1 inch. So he's above.
Here's what happens. Iluna is leading you guys through the swamp. There's these clicks, these sounds, these gurgles coming from the swamps, all originating from you, just being the chaotic piece of shit that he is. When all of a sudden you guys start to feel yourself getting heavier, sinking down. Iluna, the ground coming to meet you. Smith, the same. You look around. Iggy is halfway buried in this quicksand, But next to him and in front of you can see that me has just gone, whoop, and only his hat remains floating above the surface.
Now, would you argue that quicksand is more water-based or more sand-based?
That's
This is
what I
very
need to
important.
know.
Why? So you can cast control water?
No, because I can breathe
I wanna
underwater
use my
because you makes
No.
gives me water breath every morning.
Is
No.
do I see any kind of liquid around me? Any kind of like
You do.
water around? Okay.
In fact, you do.
Oh yeah, those lovely things over there. Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
zoomed in too far.
I need so I need everyone to roll me initiative because we got to take this in turn order.
Sorry, my dad was yelling at me. All I heard was roll initiative.
Yep,
He should.
that's what I'm
just
saying.
kidding.
Roll initiative because we need to handle this in turn order.
What was Me's thing about
Water breathing?
Oh, if he has water breathing, does it allow him? So I will say, should you get water in your lungs, yeah, you could breathe that. Should you get the sand that is mixed with this water, no. That would be tragically unbreathable.
So okay.
Huh.
I can control any freestanding water.
Yep.
In an area that I choose that is
Yep.
cube up to 100 feet on a side.
Uh-huh.
Does that mean that whole like pool over there, or it has to be within 100 feet of me?
So it is freestanding. There is enough in it that 100-foot cube, you could control that water in there. My question would be, what specifically are you aiming to do with said water?
I was gonna pull it through and flood it, just so flood us all out of this quicksand to the other water, hoping if we don't all die in it. I guess I should ask my my friends how they feel about that.
I can breathe underwater, so.
Because it says you can create a 20-foot wave that travels from one side then crashes down. I don't know if that's gonna really help.
Well, yeah. So you can cause a water level of all standing water within the area to rise as much as 20 feet. If the area includes a shore, which this clearly does, the flooding water spills over onto dry land. The water level remains elevated until the spell ends, which is 10 minutes, or until you choose a different effect.
I got a feeling for where the quicksand.
You're underwater.
I can't
in
hear
the
you, buddy.
quicksand. I mean,
you're
get
almost
out of there, Smith.
You're almost under the quicksand, Smith. What'd you say? Oh, I still can't hear you. I don't know why.
Your phone must be broken, man.
Sounds very warbly.
Are we on speaker? Maybe that's it. Because it says you can do that with the flood effect.
He messaged me. He said, "Can I tell where the quicksand begins?" I'm going to say that Smith, as you look around in this moment, you can see that a lot of where the darker sand is, that is where it seems most concentrated. So you think that this is not that big of an area, and in your mind you kind of think about it. It's probably as big as what maybe your fireball would be. So, or sorry, not your fireball. About half the size of what your fireball would be. About a 10-foot radius area. Sure. Just give me one quick second to add. I gotta just address some things on here. All right. So, yeah, Smith. It is. Oh wait. Shoot. My bad.
We might all die before I have the chance to flood us. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I regret nothing, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, Smith. So we will say that with the top of the order, you can indeed Misty step out
Yep.
of the of there. So, because
What
that
I was
is
thinking.
that is a form of magical travel. Well, wait, yes, Misty step. Yes, because so actually for everyone, just so that we all have it under control, I need everyone to put your condition, go under your conditions, and add restrained, because you are all restrained right now while you are within the quicksand.
That's good to
Is that
know.
a
That
form
was
of
gonna
a
be
paralysis or no?
No, restrained is a specific one.
that was gonna be
Where
my
do we
next
go and do
question.
that?
So
Sorry?
underneath your
Oh,
hit
I
points,
see. Yeah.
under conditions, you're gonna click the little thing that says restrained.
Man.
Good. Cephas is now restrained. I love that it shows it on the map now.
Very slow.
Yeah,
Where
it
does
only
it say it?
updates like every 45 seconds.
Oh, okay. I was like,
All right,
I
so
still
yeah,
don't
Smith,
see mine.
you are the top of the order, so you can Misty Step out. Where would you like to Misty Step to?
You're underwater
Oh
again.
man, I gotta get you a mic. Gotta get a mic for Mike.
He's on his cell phone. That's why.
He always used to be. It was fine.
So,
Maybe
do you want to travel the whole 30 feet? And give me just like a cardinal direction, like south, southwest, west, east.
He wants to go east.
Left. I'm just kidding.
Okay. So, as you guys are starting to sink, you see Smith just like plunk down into here. He is an elf. He is, slightly taller. But all of a sudden, you just see him like dip down in, and then as this happens, as the realization sets in, yeah, okay. So as this realization sets in, you see this mystical, or this mist form around where Smith is, and he suddenly teleports. Whose arm do I see reaching up to throw rope to? So Smith, from where you are standing, you can see that Albina is basically sunk up to her shoulders. Iluna is pretty much right up to her neck. Me is gone. You only see his little pirate hat. Cephas is actually really only up to about his knees, where he's standing. And you is about the same area. He's only sunk up to about his knees. But you can see Iggy is about halfway down. So since Misty Step is a bonus action, you do still have your action if you want to throw a rope to someone.
What does restrain do to us?
So
restrained.
So restrained means that your speed becomes 0, and you cannot benefit from any bonus to your speed. So, like, if you had feline agility or something like that. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attacks have disadvantage. You guys also have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws when you are restrained. Probably the one in the biggest danger. Okay, so you can't see me right now, correct? So probably the one in the biggest danger. All you see is me's hat. So it is floating right there on the surface. So you do imagine that like his face is completely covered. Something that I did have to look into for this, creatures can hold their breath for a number of minutes equal to 1 plus your Constitution modifier.
Oh.
Well, so let me
So
ask.
I can hold it for 3 minutes, which means we have an infinite number of rounds.
Jared, would me be like reaching up to like try and pull himself out? I know what you're probably gonna do, but at this moment.
At this moment, you just kind of see his hand grabbing his hat.
Okay.
He's like holding onto his little hat. Oh wow.
So
the hat's important.
So Smith, beyond that, the next one that is the farthest sunk would be Iluna.
Oh. You might be aware she can face step, but if you want to drag me out of there and save me the trouble, it's up to you.
Just for reference, this is the current depth of everyone. Well, Smith is obviously now above, but...
Where are you showing this? I'm sorry.
Oh, that's on Discord.
Oh, okay.
I'll actually just put that in there.
No, that's okay. I'm watching on Twitch. I'm here and
there you go. Yeah, so those are where you guys are buried. Okay, so me, as you are reaching up to grab your hat, you actually feel a rope hit your hand as Smith has Misty stepped out, pulled a rope from his pack, and thrown it over towards you.
Oh, okay. I'll grab, or it's not my turn, so I can't do anything yet, can I?
No, you would not be able to grab on. I mean, you can grab onto it. You know, like you feel it like right there. So if he wants to try and pull you out, I will say that you can at least grab the rope.
Okay, yeah, I'll grab the rope.
Alrighty then. So, Smith, I am going to need you to make a strength check. All right. So, me, as as this happens, you suddenly get buried up to your mouth. You have this thought of like, what did I get myself into? And then you go to reach up for your hat, as you feel it starting to drift away from you, and you feel this rope, and you quickly grab on, and you feel that you are starting to get pulled out of the muck, which with a 15 you are able to do so. So you are pulled over to the side. You can see Smith standing there. He has this rope pulling you up out.
Woohoo!
All right. So up next,
I was totally just gonna...
Now me can save you, and you can save Albina.
Well, first what has to happen is Smith, when you're pulling him out, you throw this rope forward, you see his little goblinoid hands grab it, and you are putting every muscle into pulling him back. You're not the strongest character, within the group, but you're putting your back into it. You're pulling him out. You're watching this little goblin pirate get pulled out, and it's at that point over in the pond, over in this body of water to the south, you see something stick up out of the water. what you thought before was like bits and pieces of dirt or rocks, you now realize are eyes and a snout as a crocodile comes strolling on out towards the group, making
a quick stroll, man.
Making a mad dash towards you. It only has a 20-foot movement speed, but it is dashing towards you. The rest of the group, you all see this as from that body of water, you see these little beads zip across the swampy ground. It's a fairly large crocodile, as you can see there on the depiction. So in this moment, you all have this like realization of the danger you're in, but then the danger really sets in when you see coming up behind it is its mother.
As its mom?
Giant crocodile starts to stomp its way out towards the group.
Me suddenly remembers one of his pirate friends who lost his hand to a crocodile that used to tick like a clock.
I messed that up. Hold on. I gotta fix that. That would be that one.
Oh, now I see where you were telling us I am restrained. I was looking on the characters, like on the map. I wasn't looking at that,
Yeah. All right. So,
Fabian is like, no, leave me in Austin.
Yeah, you look, you see this thing as it is stomping across the swamp. Unfortunately, I don't have a great picture of it to put up on for the rest of everyone else. But these things are absolutely terrifying. All right, so up next is going to be me.
So I'm being pulled out. I can breathe now, right? Like
Yes.
My head's above the quicksand and everything?
Correct.
Am I still restrained or no?
No, because you are no longer within the quicksand.
Cool. I see the crocodiles. I'm like,
Yes,
well,
nice knowing you guys. Takes off.
I guess there's only one thing to do here. I'm gonna go attack G2.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so you're charging ahead, attacking this
Well,
giant...
no. I'm not going to charge ahead. I'm going to stand right here next to Smith, and I'm going to shoot it with my crossbow.
Okay.
Now, I have a question.
Yes.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I was checking something.
Mama's pretty cute. Let's look at her. That's a nice little crocodile.
I'm gonna shoot it with the crossbow.
For what's worth, like, look at these guys. Look at that little crocodile. He's
so
cute.
Beautiful. I love that crocodile.
This one's got
a 21 hit.
Back. 21 does.
The baby's adorable too. I don't know why. I find reptiles to be adorable.
7 damage.
Okay.
Plus Fury the Small, so that's actually a total of 15 damage.
Okay, so that's 15.
And then I get to shoot it again because of Crossbow Expert.
Uh-huh.
Look at you. I mean, look at me.
That's a 12.
That misses.
I'm using the inspiration.
Okay. Go ahead and re-roll.
Making a
That's 22.
Okay, that hits.
Ooh.
That's 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna see what other bullshittery I have. Nothing that I can do yet.
So that was your
but yep. But I am gonna wait for it to come closer before I do other stuff. Basically, I'm getting it distracted by not going after them. I'll turn you into a nice pair of boots.
So I will actually say this for future reference, because this was not something I had thought of before, but I only just thought of this now with the new inspiration system that I'm using. Again, you can re-roll a failed save with inspiration, but you can also roll with advantage. So that would apply towards your sneak. If in the future, when you have that inspiration, you could roll with advantage, and if you hit, you could deal your sneak damage.
Ooh.
Okay.
So just keeping that in mind. I, like I said, legit just thought of that.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know about that because you knew I was gonna try doing all that shit, and I'm like, eh.
Yeah. All right. So it is going to be Yu's turn. You are restrained. You are buried 2 feet in the muck. So if you want to try and pull yourself out, you can use an action to pull yourself out, or if you have some other kind of magical BS.
I have all the magical BS.
I was gonna say, this is Aaron we're talking about.
I also don't play a lot of magic characters, so
very true.
Magical BS is just.
He contains all the magical BS.
Oh shit!
Is it magical? Is it bullshit? Then he has it.
Oh. I should talk to them. I am going to follow in Smith's footsteps.
Okay. And Misty Step.
Misty Step.
All right. Go ahead and move yourself to wherever you would like to move.
And that's 30 feet?
Yes.
I have to click on my character. Go about there. So, I'll do that. 60 feet. I need the G2 to make a save.
A what save?
A save as it hears the ringing bell.
Again, let me wait. Wisdom save because you're casting Toll of the Dead.
Yes.
Okay. Second. I don't know why it keeps updating Cephtus. That's weird. It's like just a reminder that Cephtus is restrained.
He's still there.
All right. Sorry about that. Wisdom save. That's a nat 1. Jesus. All right. So it fails. Go ahead and roll the damage there, buddy.
G2 has been hit, correct?
G2 has been hit.
Yep, I shot him twice.
Albina wants a nice leather skirt when you're, or a nice crocodile
Everybody's
skirt.
getting nice.
15 damage.
Everyone's getting nice crocodile bags to put their money in.
Yes. And I want a little crocodile suit for my Mimcat.
Give him a crocodile Dundee hat or something.
Okay, you see this thing. It comes rushing out of the water towards Smith and you, or Smith and me. You, a similar spectral mist appears as he poofs back about 30 feet away from everyone. As this thing's going, a loud, sonorous bell fills the air around this thing as it just kind of cranks its head to the right from the Toll the Dead.
Yes.
Cephtus.
Yes.
It is your turn. You are likewise only basically up to your knees. You would have to use your action to pull yourself out. But you can see that the ground in front of you, closest to where this crocodile is solid and secure. So you do think you can pull yourself out right here.
Yeah, I guess I'll pull myself out then.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a strength check. Oh, well, that's... wait, did you do... Okay, so it was just a strength check, but that's fine, because we can just drop off your
7 out, did I?
proficiency off of that, so that would be a 14, which does succeed. So you do pull yourself out. In this moment, though, you only have a bonus action left, as it was your action to pull yourself out.
Yeah, I've got movement, yeah?
You do. You have you have still 35 feet of movement.
Okay. Oh, I need to turn my character on just a second.
So you have to turn your character on?
There you go. Yeah, like choose it in the Encounter Plus thing.
Gotcha. I'm like...
He has to activate the core of Septis just so he can do anything.
Yeah, it's like...
Really yeah.
I guess I will turn on Rage as well.
Okay. I did have the thought when I was prepping this encounter, I was like, what if Septis rages while in the thing of quicksand, considering your rage is a volcanic aura and would
And it solidifies the
would
quicksand,
therefore
suffocating
would therefore
everyone.
evaporate most of the water in there, turning this into rock.
Suffocate everyone.
Would have been crazy. Alright, so I just forget what's your... So you are... It is 10 feet. Okay. For some reason, your aura is not on your character or is not on your token. There we go.
So, Septis, you're no longer restrained.
Yes, you are no longer restrained. You can take restrained off.
Okay.
All right. Iluna, you are restrained, though. And you are 5 feet deep.
5 feet deep. I'm gonna face step out.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and move your character to wherever you wish to face step.
Right. I can tell where it's like less.
Yeah, once you get out, you can see that it's that the circle that you guys are basically having to escape from is right about there.
Okay. Hey. I lost all my movement. Where was I? Yeah. Does anyone need rescued? Because that's my first.
Albina is up to her shoulders, and Iggy is like up to his chest.
Iggy. Do either one of them that I'm aware of, they don't have anything as readily or easily usable?
I don't
like face step, because like I didn't even know you had a misty step, so I would have tried to rescue him had the turn order gone differently.
Hannah, does Albina have do you have misty step or anything like that allows you to teleport out of there?
No.
Okay. I will say Iggy also does not.
I didn't think you did.
I have my robe. I can, well, it's sunk with me. It's in my hand, sunk.
I'll rescue Albina, and maybe she'll get Iggy. I mean, it can only do one. I only have one action. So.
Okay. So you cast forth your this,
He does no such thing.
and you see Iggy, wraps around his waist, and he is pulled. Or did you say were you pulling Albina?
Albina. I
Oh, I'm
presume
sorry.
she'll help get Iggy.
I'm sorry. I thought
Sorry, Iggy, you're left for dead.
Yeah.
So
you see.
Go ahead.
So what? So here's how this looks.
Well, Iggy's not in the turn order. I assume
I know.
he's last.
Oh shit! I forgot to add him. Yeah, he is. We are saying that he is going to be last just for the hell of it. So you see Iggy's like there up to his chest. This magical this magical rope, lurches forward, landing in front of him. You see that he goes to try and grab it, but it wraps around Albina, pulling her out of the quicksand.
How fast does that lift me?
It is rescue is a bonus action, and it's like
instantaneous.
It's pretty much instant. Like you are pulled back to an adjacent square to Iluna.
I only know this because of Neo-Giri.
I mean, once I'm above.
Yes.
What I'm wondering is, once I'm above where my hands and my rope is out, can I try to pull him with my rope? If that makes sense.
No, on your turn you will be able to, definitely, but at this moment you cannot.
Got it.
Okay.
Does Anime get a turn?
Oh yeah, she did. Sorry, I forgot to add both of them to turn order.
These sidekicks are getting just forgotten.
Telling me.
The whole reason is because we're not playing Rime of the Frost Maiden, where I go, Lucas, don't forget to add my 7 different animals.
Yeah, really.
Because,
hey, Lucas.
Yeah,
I want to skin near Gary.
Wait a minute. You can't. He's a Fae. He teleports out when he hits 0 HP.
Not if I skin him alive.
But yes, anime does have her turn.
How do I click for her? The same as the Moonbow, a +8? Or is it +6? For her attack.
It says on her sheet, on the animal companion sheet, where her attack is plus whatever.
Yeah, there it is, right down there. Swift Strike Shred. It is your spell attack modifier to hit. And it's a +5. And which one was it attacking? Was it attacking the big one? Or was she attacking? Was it the big one or the small one?
Oh, the small one. Sorry, I'm looking on the sheet and it says anime bonus action, and that has no number, and then 1d6, and then her beast shred has a +5, and then a 1d4. That's why I'm confused. I can't click the top one.
That's just because that's damage. So, but the attack is actually 1d4 plus 6 for Beast Shred. So it should just be, you should just do Beast Shred, because that is technically the attack.
Why does it say 1d4 plus 5 then?
That is because I believe you have something added to it as part of her feats.
I thought you said it was supposed to say +6. Regardless.
Well, you can also just add a 1 to that, so you can click the 1d4 plus 5 and just add a 1. So
the 14 Oh, you said it hit.
It hits. Yeah, you now need to roll damage. Okay, so 7 points. So that one, you see anime swoops down, pecking at this thing's eyes. This crocodile kind of like recoils at the sight of the bird that has come down to attack it. It lets out... Oh, go ahead.
It's 2 attacks.
Oh, that's right. God, it's been so long.
So long ago.
Okay, that hits.
Oh no, fuck you.
That's also 7. But I don't know who's...
For what?
Well, I wanted to come away a little bit when she was finished.
She has
but I don't know how
60-foot
much
movement.
move it.
So she was right here. She would have gone in to attack twice and then back out. So she would have used 10 feet. So she still has 50 feet of movement.
Okay, then she can come back.
Okay.
A little bit.
So, as this happens, those of you that are watching on in horror as these things are crashing up out of the water, you see to the far west side of this area another snout peek up out of the water.
Oh no, it's the dad.
And make a dash. No, it's another small one.
It's brother.
It's just another small one.
Cousin.
Now it is Albina's turn. You are no longer restrained, so you can go ahead and take that off.
Anime couldn't have lifted Iggy. Could he weighs too much?
No, yeah.
How big is this rope that I have? Let's see.
Generally, hempen rope is 50 feet.
Okay. So I can roll and use my inspiration for the rescue? Is that how that works?
No. So rescue is that you just pick a creature that's willing within your range, which as an 8th level character would be within 90 feet of you, and you just pull them next to you.
Okay, so I'm gonna rescue Iggy.
Okay. So,
I didn't forget you, buddy. I screamed to him in Goblin.
As he's like getting yanked out, he's like, "Oh man, I thought I was gonna be a goner."
Not on my watch.
All right,
this is in Goblin.
And you still have an action. You just cannot cast another leveled spell.
Okay, sorry. I just gotta find. I still haven't cast my rescue. Where is it? Oh, there it is.
Right. Yeah, that's what I figured would happen.
Let's see. I can still move or no? Can I really tell where this quicksand is? I don't want to get back in it.
Yeah, now that you got out of there, you can see that red circle that I have on the map. That is where the edge of the quicksand is located.
Okay. So I'm gonna let's see who will be attacking mainly. G2 and C3, sorry.
Don't die.
No.
I'm gonna stay right where I am actually. Is that 80 feet? Yeah, that's within 80 feet. I'm gonna shoot at the oh, sorry, I'm so used to this other platform I used for this other game. I'm gonna shoot at is that G3 or C3? C3? Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Half blind.
Alright, shooting with your short bow, I see.
Yes. I never really get to use this. And then if I want to do this with advantage, I just roll twice, and then I click my sun.
So you declare whenever you go to make the attack that you want to use your inspiration, and you're going to roll with advantage.
So I just roll twice. But is there a way to roll with advantage?
Yes. In the future, you can right-click where you would hit the +4, and it pops up with a little green advantage. So when you click that, then you can click roll, and it'll roll it together.
Okay. Yeah, I knew whenever we rolled these other things. No, maybe it doesn't show up there. Man, I wish my thing would speed up. It's so slow. Hey!
Yeah. All right. So with that, you hit this thing. Go ahead and roll your damage.
I'll try using it on my phone and see if it works any quicker.
It's always an option.
Next week, yeah. Or in 2 weeks. Woo! Oh, it's not done. Never mind. Yeah, it is. Okay.
Not bad. So, you pull Iggy out, and almost in the same action as casting forth your rescue, pulling Iggy out of the swamp, you're drawing back this bowstring of your short bow, and you take a quick shot that lands right into the eye of this crocodile that Anime was pecking down at. You see that the moment you do, it stops moving.
Oh man, Mama's coming after us. I look like a fiery Legolas right now, shooting an orc.
There is a roar from the west as you see another crocodile.
Oh, his big brother's coming. I knew I should have just
family reunion.
Well, I knew if we cast rescue, I wasn't gonna be able to flood this area, and then I thought maybe this. Oh gosh.
God.
That's why they move so damn fast.
Well, they're dashing. They're not only handsome, but they're fast.
They're beautiful. I love crocodiles.
It is Iggy's turn with a terror in his eyes.
Get out of here, buddy! I screamed to him in Goblin. Save yourself!
He's looking around. He shifts over, and he holds his hands out, and is going to cast Burning Hands at this thing, creating a 15-foot cone. Oh, you know what? Actually, no, I'm going to say that he's going to get right here. There we go.
Brave.
So,
he's the bravest little goblin.
He is going to cast that. We'll say that he casts it at a 6, or a, Jesus Christ, 2nd level. That is.
I want to cast 6 level spells.
So does Iggy. That's a 2. So that means that this thing is going to take 4d6 fire damage.
Albina's just screaming in the background. Some fireballs, be nice, Smith.
So you see Iggy. He kind of musters up everything about him, and moves over, shoots this gout of fire. As this crocodile is charging towards you, Albina, he's almost imposing himself, creating this wall of fire as small as he could between you and it. And he's like,
"Hey, get back!" Love of my life.
And you can see that this actually causes the croc to recoil quite a bit. All right, Smith, top of the order.
Fireball.
Fireball?
Yeah, go ahead if you want.
Clears, we've heard Smith all night is for fireball.
That's it.
That's literally, this is his moment.
So there is.
Can I hit all 3 of them? Like if I hit it between the middle of them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna scorch my new clothing? No. You gotta do this a little differently. I'm just kidding.
Barbecue them.
Save me some good leather. Save me some good crocodile skin.
Sorry. I need to roll
150
some
feet.
dex saves.
I can do that too.
Wow. Wow. I don't know if anybody saw that.
Girl?
Oh, there we go.
They all failed.
No, 2 of them definitely failed. So the one in front is going to take that full 29. The one in back is going to take the full 29, and this one is going to take
Disintegrate.
half of
So
that.
much for that crocodile skin. Me and you were thinking.
You shoot out
Me
this
wants the
fireball.
skin, not you.
So
Oh,
this Smith, this larger croc that is rushing towards you. This is the one that was kind of like knocked off to the side by the Toll the Dead. As it looks back, it sees Anime pecking at its child, a arrow fly into this thing's eyes, killing the one behind it. As it's swing its attention back, it sees one of its children running up towards Albina and Iggy coming up, shooting a gout of fire, causing this thing to recoil in pain. And as it turns its head back to look at you, this menacing grin on its face, just water and muck from the swamp still dripping out of it. Its eyes are just caught by the glow of this quick-moving, flaming orb that shoots behind it and explodes. The one behind it just disintegrating into a pile of char and bones. The one off to the north side getting into like one of those death spirals that crocodiles do, trying to avoid most of the licks. The one that you hit taking this hit, but just its back singed. You can actually see the smoke rising from it as it bears its teeth down at you.
Oh, no, you're supposed to force it the same goddamn time.
Do you have... Oh, shoot. I could have done this. Hold on.
Oh, that's great, yeah.
There we go. Dangers of the Swamp.
Oh,
It's only a 3-minute long song, so it's not going to last long. All right. So, Smith...
You've pissed this mom off.
Don't hear it.
Oh, you don't?
Turn up Kenku.
Say, it is
Don't you
pretty
have it
loud
on
on
mute?
my side.
This is the best. I love Kenku.
Yeah, I like Kenku FM as well. All right, so Smith, this giant crocodile is very, very angry and is going to move up and attack you. That is a 26 to hit.
I used my cloud rune.
God.
Oh, wrong campaign.
Damn it.
I just
Yeah.
picture me telling him about the time his friend lost his arm or something.
You see you in the background. He's like, I feel like I could do something here. Maybe another life.
And then me's just talking to Smith, going, while this crocodile's coming up to bite off his arm. You know, I knew a guy once. We call him Captain Hook now on account that a crocodile bit off his hand and he had to replace it with a hook.
So this thing bites down on you, Smith, like I said, with a 26 to hit. As it does, you take 16 points of piercing damage, and you are currently grappled. Go ahead and make sure that you mark that on there. And as it grabs Smith, so as you all, as those of you that are looking up this way, you see this crocodile come up. It bites down on top of Smith and then starts spinning with him.
Yep.
Its tail coming around and
Crocodile
smacking
death.
me across the chest.
Oh.
But just barely clipping him. All right, me. It is your turn. This giant crocodile in front of you has Smith in its jowls.
I'm gonna stab it.
Okay.
Let go of my friend.
You
Yes, he has
That's a
some
22 to hit.
have
PTSD.
no friend.
A 22 does hit.
All right, that's 11 piercing damage. And since it's occupied by rolling with Smith, I get sneak attack, right?
You do have an ally within 5 feet of it. Yeah.
I love it.
4d6.
Yep.
That's 10 piercing damage.
Uh-huh.
Along with that, I use Wails from the Grave, so now I got to do 2d6 necrotic damage to, let's say, C4, the one that Iggy was scorching.
Okay.
All right. That's 6 damage.
Okay.
Necrotic damage.
Uh-huh.
And I will pull out the crossbow.
Okay. Okay, so...
And I will shoot it point blank in the head.
No.
No?
I will say, because of what you have just done, because I'm going to narrate this, the only viable target is C1.
Okay, I will go ahead and shoot the crossbow at C1 then.
Okay.
Well, that's an 8.
Okay, so that flies off.
Yes. Because that was a crit fail.
Oh, that was a crit fail. Well, hey, you get your inspiration back.
Yay!
So,
Congratulations.
there you go. All right, so, yeah, Smith gets grappled by this thing. As it does, this thing tries to swat at you with its tail. You deftly move back at the same time as pulling out your sword, taking a stab at this thing. As you do, you unload as much necrotic energy into it as possible. And it...
necrotic damage would have gone for C4.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Yes.
That's just all the piercing damage. I mean, technically, you could say it'll still have the dark effect because it is a black blade with disheartening strike.
Right.
So every creature I hit gets filled with unsettling dread.
Yeah, so this thing is spinning. It doesn't even see you coming at it, but you stab this thing in the back, piercing through into a lung as the realization sets into its eyes as it lets Smith go. So that means that Smith is going to be put over there. This thing drops to the ground, unmoving. It's at that point, you look over at the other one that Iggy is fighting, and those of you that are around, you see me gesture towards this thing, towards this other crocodile. From the swamp, you see ghostly hands come up out of the swamp, wrap around the crocodile, and pull its spine down in to the swamp, killing it. And
the entire time, me just laughing. For the crit fail, he just fires the crossbow straight up into the air in his maniacal laughter.
Oh, shit. Just got to adjust something now that was triggered. So, it's as soon as you do this, just utter obliteration around you. This last one remaining that was fired ball by Smith that is in a death roll. Another loud roar erupts as another giant crocodile
here comes the dad
out of the swamp towards you. Should be right there.
Bring it on.
It is your turn.
I'm going to follow in Smith's footsteps and cast Fireball.
All right, I assume you want it right there where I never moved it from when Smith cast it?
Yes.
Okay. DC 16, so that means that fails. This one, the small crocodile is instantly obliterated. This one, though, takes the full brunt. Jesus Christ. 49 points of damage. My
You guys
God,
know how to
man.
handle your crocs.
Holy
Like-
shit. It's
like
a
we
crock
said,
of
we've-
shit is what it is.
We've been in the swamp before.
Thanks for this new sunshine. I mean, sunny side up status.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no worries.
Just remember, I said I've been in this swamp before and I've killed plenty.
All right.
I'm more horrified at the image of just ghostly swamp hands dragging a crocodile into the ground.
When you said you were doing whales from the grave, I just thought of like all the abandoned bodies, any traveler merchant, scout tracker that got lost in this. It is called the Mire of Dead Men, after all.
Yeah, it is.
Suddenly, like you calling upon their spirits to help you, and just like it's this horrific sight of these ghostly hands coming out, breaking the back of the crocodile that was recoiling from the fire, and just watching the crocodile like fold in half as it's pulled underneath the swamp. Okay, so next up is going to be Cephtus. This giant fireball goes off in front of you that this crocodile is still in, but as the flames erupt around it and they clear, you can see that it has death and malice in its eyes as it is ready to charge and kill. Just bad one. Got nothing better.
Doesn't his aura do damage to it now?
I believe the aura is when a creature starts its turn within his aura. Yeah, when a creature starts its turn within his aura. Yep.
Hey Lucas, can I make a request?
Sure.
Can we have Mire of the Dead Man zombie swamp music, Sounds of the Sword Coast?
Can you send me a link?
After what I just did?
Can you send me a link?
Yes. YouTube link, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I literally just found this on YouTube. I'm like, this is fitting, because it's literally Mire of the Dead Man.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, yeah, I know Dungeon Crawler. There we go. Alright, so Cephtus, are you going ham on this guy? Steve? Okay, there we go. It just sounds like pirate music.
Exactly.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, Steve, that definitely hits.
We need both of them together.
All right. A hearty swing. It is now bloodied. That hits as well.
Are you dancing?
Yes, it's just like goofy pirate
Don't
music.
don't worry. After 2 minutes,
Great.
it goes ahead and just decides to become the creepiest shit ever.
Oh, does it? I'm gonna skip the 2 minutes. Oh, yeah.
This is
That's
great.
even
We
better.
should have had that. That's like us walking
Bayou.
into everything. Once we get into the quicksand, it started like this.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Okay, so yeah, so you run up to this thing. You swing your sword, carving into it, taking out massive chunks, continuing to burn at it. Iluna. You have watched all of this unfold as you see Cephas charge at this giant crocodile, cutting gouges into its face.
I'm just gonna sling some arrows at it.
Alrighty then.
If one's really bad, I'm gonna roll again.
That's a hit.
Oh, look, I wasted. I got a 1.
Not one.
Before I use my inspiration.
Well,
so
you can
I
use
can
your.
use it.
You can use it now if you wish.
But that would have earned it back as exactly as I predicted.
But a 14 does hit. So both of your attacks hit.
If you want to switch to something else, you can. I just wanted it for the brief moment.
I think it's funny.
I like it.
We'll do this.
I mean, it's literally titled after the area. He has an hour-long version as well, which apparently is a bunch of other stuff.
Jesus.
Alright, I was gonna move, but I'm not. I'm good. It's or anime.
I just pictured the beginning half of that music with me. Who wasn't making noises?
It was you making the noises. That's the noises he was making.
Yep, that's it. All right.
Yeah.
It is Anime's turn.
Okay.
It is 30 feet to the crocodile.
That's what I was. She needs to fly across. Eat up most her movement. Is this beast shred that says +5? Is it supposed to be a +6?
Nope, it's just +5.
Because I thought it was supposed to match something up here.
It does. It matches your spell attack bonus. If you go to your spell attack, you have a +5. Because it's based off of your wisdom plus your proficiency.
Anyhow. Whoa.
I don't know why she gets a +6 on her character, or a +6 to damage on her character sheet. But technically, it should be. Oh no, that is right. It's 1d4 +3 plus proficiency bonus. So yeah, so that would be 9 points of damage for that first attack.
Okay.
And that is also a hit. 7 points.
That would take like 10 feet of her movement away if she flew up 30 feet and back. I just want her to come back as far as she can.
If you want her to come back as far as she can come back to her original square, because she moved 30 feet, so she can come back 30 feet.
But wouldn't she lose some of it in the attack? The, like, flyby thing?
It's just going in, pecking, getting out. Flyby's just a thing that, you know, mechanically allows it so that I can't do an opportunity attack against her. I mean, if you want to waste her movement to, you know, do loop-de-loops in the sky, that's more power to you. It doesn't really change anything.
That's alright. I don't know where she was originally.
We just see Anime.
She was right there. Yeah, she was like right in front of you. All right, Albina. You watched Iggy. You watched Iggy in front of you hold this gal to fire as these spectral hands pulled this crocodile into the dirt. The only thing you see left of this thing is a scorched piece of tail and its snout, which are mere inches away from one another. But you see off to your right, Cephas engaged with this giant crocodile.
Crikey.
Can I just say, Robert Irwin, Steve Irwin's son, is just a phenomenal human being and living up to his father's legacy.
He looks just like him.
He does. Steve Irwin would be so proud of his son.
Aw.
Are you saying this because we're all killing crocodiles right now, which is the complete opposite of what they stand for?
Conservation is my life.
When can I get my revenge on some stingrays?
Would we consider bones to be elemental? No, they're not really. No.
Do you want to forge an elemental weapon as a bone?
Well, I wanted to use the crocodile's bones.
Oh, well,
with the dirt, but I don't know if I can do that.
So
I have the Fist of Mistra.
You do have the Mistra Fistra. So you could.
I can summon that's my bonus attack. I can summon my Forge Elemental Weapon, but I need to move closer first. Sorry.
Yeah. So you have 30 feet of movement.
I'll move like right below the R. Can I move to below his R next to C3?
That would be so. Here's the thing. You could move to where to just below Cephtus, but any further beyond that, and you're starting to get into like just outside.
No, like to the top right square where C3 is. One more down one. Yeah.
Oh, right there. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, one less. Like down and then to the right. There.
Okay. All right.
Because I'm gonna forge my elemental weapon.
Out of one of the
I have my
bones.
Fist of Mistra. Sorry, yeah.
So you pull out this fist that came from the golems back in the House of Thalavar, as you imbue it with some magical essence, granting it that fist that you can now bludgeon with.
Is that a spell? No.
It is. It's a cantrip. It's a bonus action cantrip. So you could attack with it, but you would have to be within melee range to attack with it.
Oh, I thought I could move it 50. I'm so sorry.
You are thinking.
I'm thinking of my other one.
You're thinking of spiritual weapon, where you.
So then I will move up to where I should move. Sorry,
okay,
yeah.
That's fine.
I get that mixed up with my spiritual weapon.
That's all good. Yeah. I mean, as a war cleric, you do have a ton of weapons. Which, yeah, come to think of it, you do. You have a dancing rapier, forge elemental weapon, spiritual weapon, spirit guardians, which are all little blade happy warriors. Okay, so yes, you now have this, so you can attack with it. So
I hope it does some. I should have looked at the.
Well, it's a +7 to hit and does 2d8 damage.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. All right.
I'd hope he'd be right. He's the DM.
I do.
That's correct, Lucas. That's correct, DM Lucas. Now, if only, I'm gonna throw the damage just in case. It takes forever to roll.
Oh yeah. I got
Oh, a crit, a 1. What?
Oh.
Do I get my thing back then? My inspiration?
I don't. Did you use it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, so you would get that back.
Okay. And I failed.
All right. So.
Oh no.
You go up. You bring out the Fist of Mistra, and you attempt to club down on this thing, but it quickly moves out of the way, pulling it aside. Iggy is going to move over here, and he is going to cast a firebolt.
I thought he was icy.
Or sorry, ice bolt. Ice bolt.
Oh.
Yeah. So you see that he kind of from the same, necrotic energy that is the same chill that is here in the swamp. You see he pulls in this cold energy, shoots it forward. It hits the crocodile leaving this cold spot right on its back. Smith, it is your turn. This thing is just barely hanging in.
Finish him. Albina just looks over at you and says,
Fireball?
Say it again, Smith.
Chromatic orb.
Okie dokie.
I kind of still wanted to flood us all, but I might hurt us, so... Next time on Dragon
Yeah,
Balls.
that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll the damage. Oh, wait, it's 3d8. Okay. Yeah. I'm assuming fire.
Yep.
Okay. So, Iggy shoots this ice bolt at the thing. It leaves this bit of frost. But all of a sudden, that frost starts to melt away very quickly as you see a orb of flame slowly drift over to this thing, just cracking it in the back and destroying it, burning it alive where it stands. For some reason, it is not... There we go. Yeah. You guys...
Cooking a frostbitten hamburger. Or no, what is it? Freezer burn hamburger.
Freezer burn hamburger, yeah.
I'll take a frostbite hamburger.
No, because Iggy just froze it a little and then he's tart.
With that, combat is over. You guys have free action once again.
Are there any... What would I need to roll for... To look for a nice big tooth from the mama? I don't know if she has anything left over.
A survival check.
Okay.
I know all about that stuff.
I was gonna say, that's what you'd have to do, Woo. A survival check. Also, Smith, Woo, and Cephas.
Woo. Who's he saying woo?
Smith,
Because
Woo, and Cephas.
you.
Who's
Sorry.
Woo?
I am thinking of Woo because I'm literally looking at the creature loot table. Sorry. Smith, you,
Force
and
of habit.
Cephas. I need the three of you to make perception checks. Yeah, Hannah, go ahead and roll. Did you do survival or nature?
Can I use my inspiration? I really want the biggest tooth ever, and I'll make a necklace.
So it's gonna be nature instead of survival. But I'll take your roll because you rolled a 10. But that does mean that you are able to rip out some of this. So I need to roll.
Just gonna rip a piece of my rope off and just make tie it around it and make a little necklace.
You are able to pull out a collective from this thing's mouth of 22 teeth.
Jesus.
I'm making a necklace going around my neck.
As you pull them out, you kind of think to yourself as you're holding them, if you threw these across the ground, they would make a pretty good trap. So what you can do, Hannah, is go to your inventory and add to your inventory bag of 20 caltrops. So type in CALT and add a bag of caltrops, because that's essentially what these can be, until you wish to craft them later on, which would require like a jeweler's kit or somebody who is familiar with jewelry.
Oh, what the heck? Whoops. We rolled a 1 on our check. We're heading back to the... What? They didn't let me do it. Let me go back. The Demogorgon just showed up on my screen.
You have to reload your character sheet. Okay. Alright, so you. I'm gonna say, or actually, sorry, you and Smith. I'm gonna say the two of you notice this. Mostly because you two are the ones casting the fireballs. when you casted your fireballs, the ground around this quicksand pit is fairly sloshy. It's pretty wet. There's this constant sound in the far off distance, of like a minor hiss almost. And you guys, the two of you, saw whenever you casted your fireballs, you noticed that there were these little tiny minuscule pops coming from the ground, almost as if in certain spots there was these little tiny explosions on the ground, just these, almost as if you held, like if you had put butane or something in a bubble and then lit that on fire. It was like these little quick flashes on the ground. As you think of this, you get the thought that the ground might hold gas in it the further you go into the swamps, and that could have explosive results dependent on the flames you cast.
Oh no.
Blow up the swamp.
Who all knows this?
It is Smith and you.
Would Smith or you let the rest of us know that we might catch the swamp on fire?
Smith?
What's up?
Stacy was asking if you're going to tell the group that there may be pockets of gas within the swamp that could set it explode. Huh.
Sure.
Cool.
So there you go.
Well, maybe we can use it to our advantage somehow.
I'm gonna flood the area. You guys better get your swimming trunks on.
Yeah.
Better cuff those pants. We got high tide. Sorry. We will move on in a second. I just want to finish eating the salad.
Ew, rabbit food.
Got chicken on it.
Ew, rabbit food.
And hot sauce from Buffalo. Or hot sauce and blue cheese.
Ew, rabbit food.
I love rabbit food, man.
There's some rabbit food that's good. You know what's not good?
A lot of things.
Sprouts.
Penis.
Man, that one viewer is that one viewer that's watching right now is just gonna be like, man, he really went 2.5 hours without saying it.
No, I wasn't thinking that because that viewer is me.
Oh, is that? There you go.
Yeah. Way to take my enjoyment out of this.
All right. So, does anyone want to do anything before you guys continue
my ribs.
pressing on?
Short rest?
Well done, Aaron. I am proud of you. You really did restrain yourself.
I'm getting better.
All right. So Smith is asking for a short rest.
I'm unconcerned either way. I'll go for it if anyone else does.
I'm just excited to have this new item in my bag. Caltrops.
Why do you want caltrops?
He just said it's a great chance to use as a trap. Or yeah, just
It was a joke.
perfect. Don't make fun of me.
Like, no, I was saying caltrops, like cow poop.
Caltrops they're fucking terrifying. They're just a bunch of D4s and Legos.
No, they're. What's even more terrifying? Jacks.
Oh God. That's not even funny.
Except for these are the mama croc's teeth. You cut your foot open, sever your tendon, and cut open an artery and you're dead on the spot.
All right.
I've done that once.
What?
I'm just kidding.
No, I mean I thought you meant you cut yourself open like that. I did once. I stepped on something. I literally stepped on a piece of glass, cut into my foot and the tendon and everything. It's a very unique experience.
Nope. We're taking a short rest then.
That is my question to you all. Are you guys taking the short
Cool.
rest that Smith is asking for?
Sure, Smith. Sure.
Sure, I get my Fury of the Small after a short rest.
I don't know why we need to take a short rest for. I mean, for me, I don't think I need to, but what does it do for me?
Smith, well, I know the reason why Smith wants to, and that's because Smith got reduced to nearly half of his hit points.
Nah, you're fine.
Toughen up. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's cool.
Don't roll any hit dice yet. Don't recharge anything yet.
Jesus.
Tell me that now.
What?
Wait, what?
Anything that you would have gotten on a short rest, do not get it back yet.
Oopsie.
I've already
Okay,
done
I don't get Fury of the Small
I
back.
just hit short rest. I didn't do anything.
That's fine. Just click away from it then. You wouldn't get anything other than your Channel Divinity, which I know you didn't use.
Okay.
So Iluna would still have had her Face Step used. Cephas doesn't recover anything but health. Smith would not have recovered his hit points yet. Me would not have recovered
also
his Furious Small.
If we were going to do a short rest, I would set an alarm.
Okay.
I also want to flood the area, but I don't know how you all feel about that. More crops are going to come out.
So, are you going to tell the entire party that?
I'm talking to the party, yeah.
I'm like, if you want to, I guess I can make everybody breathe underwater.
Ooh, who's up for it?
Yeah, let's go ahead and fight the crocodiles in the water. I'm sure that'll be fine.
Feels unwise.
You won't be able to do your verbal or anything like that.
Oh, I also would have switched my
10 minutes, we can be in the water swimming and seeing and breathing? How long does yours last? Because my flood can last 10 minutes. That's exciting.
Is water breathing? It lasts.
So here's the thing I need to know. Are you you are casting alarm or are you casting water breathing?
I would cast alarm. I would do the ritual for alarm first.
Okay. So, and then you are going to cast water breathing.
If we were going to be underwater, yes.
Okay. So,
Mia's against this. He doesn't want to fight crocodiles under the water.
At that rate, it is. At that rate, it is going to be. A short rest for this is going to be 1 hour and 20 minutes. And that's because you're going to cast alarm and then you're going to cast water breathing. Each one is a ritual, which means that each one is going to take 10 minutes. So that's 20 minutes. And then your short rest would begin. If everybody only took an hour, you would not benefit anyway.
I normally don't do short I don't
rest,
sleep.
I know, but short rest is how you would get your spell slot back.
Okay, we can nix this. I was trying to see if anyone was against it. I don't want to be having this place caught on fire, and then
He just does not want to fight crocodiles underwater.
It might be a unique experience to be underwater, though. This place looks pretty magical.
Until all range attacks don't work.
It's true.
I just figure it would cause more quicksand. We already had a problem.
Oh, that could be. That's why I was asking the group. I didn't cast anything yet. I was just corroborating with everybody. All right, you all want to stay dry. I understand. I'll cast my water control on other creatures in the future. Unwilling ones.
Okay.
So just short rest and I guess alarm. So
Yeah. So, as you are all starting your rest, the piles and bodies of the crocodiles over to the west, just kind of festering there. Blood has trickled out into the swampy marsh land. And as the minutes go by and you start to lick your wounds a bit, you hear the sound of a a trumpeting sound almost. You all look to the south, and that is when you see an elk burst forth through the trees as it is running with great speed past all of you. And then,
Yes, the lizard folk.
And then a moment later, charging out after it, is two Yuan-ti abominations. A creature that is serpentine in nature. And as soon as they break through this line, they see all of you sitting there, and they draw their swords, they hiss at one another, and then they charge at you. Everyone roll initiative.
You hiss at me.
Keep one of them alive. Maybe they know where the lizard folk are. Where's the ale?
And they can't speak. Do they speak? We don't know.
You don't know
if they can speak with us.
I will say that they hissed at one another.
Where's the ale?
You sound like a drunk.
And I will say this for everyone: when you see them emerge, you do kind of have the thought of, are these the, like, did these things steal the ale? You vividly remember the tracks, especially Iluna. You have been following our bipedal lizard folk tracks. So the presence of Yuan-ti snake people is definitely one that has caught all of you off guard.
Give us the ale and you can keep your tongue.
Iluna.
Me doesn't care. Where's the ale?
Iluna, it is your turn. You are the first to act.
Spike growth.
Spike growth?
Yeah, you said like an elk or something came flying. What? It's not here. It just went past us.
These things were chasing it.
Okay, that's what I was just double checking.
Okay,
so
spike growth is a 20-foot radius.
Man, my initiative sucks today, but we'll hope it gets better.
A 20-foot
Don't
radius
worry, mine too.
sphere. I'm going to change this color to a dark, or we'll do a light green.
Oh, that should be closer to us,
Purple.
shouldn't it? To
Why did
keep
that
it
not
away,
change?
to keep them away.
I was thinking that, like, put them. Oh, I can't move it. Put them in the edge of it. So
they have to move through it.
They either move away from us to get out, or they walk through it toward. Not that close. So they're just.
Right there?
Well, so they're in.
One
like,
more
the
down,
edge of
right?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I
One
can
more
move
block
it myself.
down. There.
Yeah, you cannot. You cannot move
Yeah,
that yourself.
I know. I understand. I can't draw a circle either. No.
Nope.
I can just use.
I
this
really
little
love
thing.
this map.
You can do the thing. You can do the same thing as that. Yep. All right.
Ooh,
So there you
thanks
go.
for the
You
example.
cast spike growth.
Ever so strategically, I love it.
And
These creatures are cool.
Huh. I actually just realized that last round, technically, you would not have been able to cast rescue and have anime attack. That was my bad.
Oh yeah, because it would have been a bonus action.
Those are both bonus actions, but no big deal.
Oh.
That was my mistake. We will just try and remember that for the future. But yes, it is.
I was thinking rescue's
Rescue is a bonus action.
an action. That's all. I wouldn't have.
Yep. So, all right. So you can still use your bonus action if you want to command Iluna or Anime to attack these things.
Yeah. I guess the closer one. What's that?
That is 40 feet.
Y1. Oh my goodness, now I do have the little sparkly thing. I don't want it.
It's her fairy dust.
Go ahead and roll to attack.
Ugh. Oh. Only one.
Is only one hit.
Well, I presume 19 is pretty high.
Yeah. All right. 7.
Shoot.
This thing lets out a hiss as it quickly throws its blade up in the air, trying to swipe at Anime. But Anime is able to avoid the attack. I imagine you have her moving back.
Yeah.
Okay, so she can move back another 20 feet. So she can move back to pretty much right there.
Can I was gonna say something to them, but I presume they can't.
I mean, you can definitely talk to them. But you're
whether they can understand us.
Whether they care at this point, now that you have just said, "Bird, kill," and this thing came down and pecked at this guy, might not be as receptive. Come on, Stacy, murder hoboing and then thinking about wanting to talk.
I didn't say.
Yeah, that's my job. Damn it.
Yeah. All right, Seftis.
I would say move no further because I put that down. Get hurt. As a warning.
Nope, kill them all. We're already in too deep.
Hey, I didn't say anything to my bird. That's telepathic.
Kill them all.
Or as far as they know, it acted on its own.
Kill them all.
All right, Seftis. Is Steve have his mic muted or something?
Wait, okay, I can hear him talking.
Okay.
In the house, but I don't know. Well, it's not working.
Is there music playing? There isn't. Okay. I didn't know if I turned it down.
I have City Overrun by Zombies.
Oh, let me turn the volume up. There.
And I also have Swamp Campfire.
I'm liking it.
I could actually just turn on this one.
Audio's not working.
Hey, there he is.
Hey,
it's working now. Weird.
Oh man, your voice is so loud too. I'm used to having to have you up so high.
I know. I'm turning him down.
I wonder why no one was like talking to me and I was saying stuff.
Oh, we're just
fine. Be bitches.
It's because we don't
thought you were.
We don't care about your opinion, Steve.
Oh, poor thing.
No, I'm sorry, buddy. I just legit thought you were just being quiet.
Yeah, I'm so used to him being quiet too. I had him at 140%.
I was being so conversational today. I don't know. I was witty and everything.
Never again. Never again.
Never again. Fuck this noise.
Oh.
All right. So the ever talkative and chatty Steve, it is your turn.
All right. That's
Wait, who's Steve?
Tough terrain, yeah.
That is difficult terrain. Now, the thing that I will say is that spike growth is verbal, somatic, and material. You have seen Iluna cast this before. So you would be aware of the spell she cast, but the transformation of the ground is camouflaged to look natural.
Okay. I guess I'll just take a pot on my bow for now. Let's try shooting them from a distance. See if they get nearer.
Leo?
So I'll do that.
By the way, I just want to say the barbarian giant subclass that is available in the newest UA is fucking amazing. The fact that you can imbue any weapon with a elemental damage and give it the throne property with a range of 2060 and you could take sharpshooter with that, ignoring the disadvantage on long range. I want to play a barbarian now with a lightning hammer and just play Thor, and it instantly returns back to your hand. What the fuck? And you can do it with a two-handed sword or a two-handed maul. It doesn't tell you that it can't be two-handed. I think it's whatever.
You're in charge of my next
your next character, yeah. Would not be the first time. Would not be the first time that one of my players has played a character that I made. But yes, Steve, that does hit. You are able to hit this Yuan-Ti with your arrow.
Nice.
So,
ooh, sweet.
I assume that you were attacking the closer one, or are you attacking the one on the left?
Yes, the closer one, yeah.
All right, cool.
Second attack.
That misses.
All right, I guess I'm done. I guess I'll be raging as well. Just turn that shit on.
Okay. Nice bonus action rage. Yep. I'm just going to ignore the alarm for the moment. Smith, it is your turn.
Something's telling me I know what he's going to do.
Fire chromatic orb.
Fire chromatic orb. All right.
What do these guys look like again?
So they look like giant snake people. They look like this.
They're pretty big.
They are large, in fact. So imagine that these things would probably be like
anaconda.
Yeah, like they're probably standing, 8 or 9 feet tall. Like at least a couple feet above you. Really wide, huge muscly snake arms.
We'll do a fire chromatic orb.
All right, the one on the left or the right?
Either of them been hurt yet?
The one on the right has. It has taken. It has taken a few pecks from anime as well as a couple arrows from Cephas.
Let's do it.
All right, that hits. Go ahead and roll your damage. Oh shit, I forgot that I had this set for Swamp Dragon Lair. I was like, what is that rumbling I'm hearing in the background?
Wait a minute. A Swamp Dragon Lair, you say?
Wait a minute!
Hold on!
Hold on! Oh man! If only Yuan-Ti cultists were culling something. Alright, so with that, these two are going to start to address forward. I gotta pull up this thing.
I'm gonna speak to my lawyer before this dragon shows up.
So these guys are gonna move 5 feet, which means that each one of them. So Stacy, go ahead and roll me 2d4.
Excuse me.
That's what I sound like when I'm snoring.
That's it. Same.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
That's what I sound like when they
All right.
roll, apparently.
Go ahead and roll it again.
Wait, twice? Okay.
Yeah. Because you're rolling it for
My
each one.
stomach, actually, when I'm hungry.
Oh, I thought one was for each. Cool.
Okay. So. Yep.
So they did not acknowledge me telling them not to move.
So you see this one backs up.
Question?
Yes.
Why'd you roll the perception and then a wisdom check?
Because technically it's the same thing, and I just have to remember that they are proficient. Yep, because I just clicked the wrong thing. All right, so you see that these two, they start to progress forward. Suddenly, the ground these rocky features are now, stabbing them in the ground. The one on the right looks down, lets out this hiss, raises his sword in the air, and shifts off to the right, and then starts to slither forward. This one is going to move over a little bit and then progress further in. So Stacy, go ahead and roll that 2d4 again. Okay. All right. You is your AC 19.
High as fuck.
I rolled a 19. So
If
this
it
one
meets, it yeets.
If it meets it, it eats it. This one slithers up to you, and wraps you around you, constricting you with its tail. As it squeezes in on you, you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
You need to make a dex save now.
I assume this is for Hellish Rebuke.
Yes.
That is a 12, so that is going to fail. Christ alive, man. Oh, wait. Hold on. I get to make that with advantage. Okay, I still fell. Okay. So, it is going to take that damage. Good thing you're a warlock, you can only do that twice a day. Alright, so the one in the back here, as it moves forward, you can see that it's pained by its movement, so it's going to move back out. It can't really see where this area is. It knows that its companion has gotten around this area, so that's 20 feet, so that would be 40 feet back to there. But from here, the one in the back is going to drop its sword and pull out a longbow and knock 2 arrows and fire them directly towards Smith. With a 16, with a 16 and an 11 to hit, which I believe both of those miss. Yes, you have a 17 to your AC. So you can see this thing fires out these 2 arrows. Smith, as you watch this thing fly, as you watch this thing loading these 2 arrows and launching them in your direction, the arrows are coming at you. You don't actually feel like in that moment you would be able to avoid this attack, but it almost feels like your robes that you are wearing kind of shift you just enough that the arrows fly past.
Interesting.
All right.
Devil magic.
Got some Doctor Strange robes. All
well,
right.
Considering he's wearing robes of the necromancer and is in the mire of dead men.
I'm gonna stab Y1.
Why?
Why? Jinx.
That's a 12.
That's a miss.
Can I use my inspiration again?
Absolutely, buddy. That's why it's there.
All right, that's a
Look at
17.
that. Look at that.
All right, so that is 8 damage plus sneak attack because there is an ally.
Is an ally.
That's 11.
Okay, so that's 19 so far.
Is its friend 30 feet away from it?
30 feet
or
away
closer?
It is not. It is 45 feet.
Damn, then Wells of the Grave cannot trigger.
Okay, so it's just 19 points of damage to this guy.
However, no, there's more.
Oh, all right, Billy Mays, come on.
I trigger Disheartening Strike, so it has disadvantage on its next saving throw. As it's filled with unsettling dread. And now, I shoot it in the face with the crossbow. which is a 13.
That misses.
Damn. Now that's all I can do.
That's all, man. Come on.
All right.
Carry
That's
your
it.
weight.
I just killed 2 of them.
Fucking
Yeah.
rogues.
So Lucas,
So, Aaron.
I need you
It
to
has
make a wisdom
disadvantage on
throw.
saving throws, Aaron. Do with that as you
What?
will.
Hold on. What?
Oh, wisdom saving throw.
Is this a spell or is this an ability?
It's a spell.
Thank you.
Toll of the Dead.
He's going to make it naturally because he has advantage.
He still fails.
He does still fail. He just fails. That's going to be 2d12, sir.
15.
Okay. This guy is getting his shit rocked. And since they both went back to back, that means he's got a lot of shit that he needs to contend with. Because now it's Albina's turn.
I'll be right back.
Yep. Oh, Albina, make sure that you go into your conditions and take off restrained.
Bina just tied herself with a rope. No, just kidding.
Oh, if that's what she's into, by all means, if that's how she sleeps at night.
You guys, like, these things come up, you just see Albina back there, like binding her arms together, and just like,
No.
like, I can't hold a sword. Honestly, you know what? No, that's the ridiculous thing about Albina. She could tie her hands behind her back and still attack because she has a dancing rapier and a spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so no longer restrained, Albina. It is your turn.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought the short rest would clear everything. I didn't think of that, but that's good. Thank you for letting me know. You know what?
I don't.
You know what, you guys? Let's flood the. No, I'm just kidding. I really wanted to flood this place. What does this do? I think, yeah, we're going with the Mistra again.
All right.
Where is that thing? I have to move within 30. Wait, how many feet? Sorry.
No,
just
so
melee.
So, yeah, you just have to get within melee range because you are just making a weapon out of this that instead of it being like a material weapon, which granted this is, it's imbued with your magic. So, so yeah,
Okay,
you would
so
just
I guess I can walk past Iluna and over by me.
right
Is
about
that
there.
good? Yeah.
Okay,
Kill it.
do it.
Don't forget about you.
Tell you what,
This thing's-
the group that I'm playing with down in Pittsburgh, they got a barbarian, paladin, a fighter, a rogue, and a ranger. They are like every martial class under the sun, except for the paladin, who is like a half caster, and rogues can be casters, and fighters can be casters, and rangers are half casters. And barbarians can technically be casters with wild magic. Ooh, that's a nat 1, Albina. And I believe you already have your inspiration back, so that means that you don't gain another inspiration. But unfortunately, that misses.
Okay. That stinks.
All right. So that is...
It counts as my action and bonus action, but now I have it out, correct?
No. It only counts as your bonus action to forge it. It counts as your it's a bonus action.
Oh, sorry, my action to hit, yeah.
Correct. So you still have a bonus action.
Oh, okay, so it's still forged. I didn't know if I had to reforge it or like...
No, like...
okay.
So Forge Elemental Weapon, it is... it lasts until you end the spell if you cast it again or if you let go of the weapon.
Oh, okay.
So as long as you still kept the weapon on you, during the rest, prepared for attack, it would still be there. So you still have your bonus action if you want to do something else.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I'm thinking there's not much I can really do. It's just the spiritual weapon.
Is that what you'd like to do? Conjure forth a spiritual weapon?
Might as well. Not both of those.
Okay.
I just want to go back to first level. Sorry. I was almost casting it as a second.
Alrighty then. Alright, so go ahead and roll the attack against that, because it does get its attack when you conjure it.
Is it only a second level? Let me go back down.
No, it is a second level spell, yeah.
Okay, so I'll cast it.
So you can upcast it, which does increase the amount of damage by 1d8 for every second level above it. So you would have to cast it at a 4th level to get any additional benefit.
Okay. Alright, so I'll just roll to hit.
Okay.
And did that hit?
That does not hit, unfortunately. Well,
okay.
Actually, yes, no, because your spiritual weapon does not benefit from flank.
Okay.
So.
Albina is just like, drats. After she told him to carry his weight.
Alright. So it is Iggy's turn. He is going to stay back here and is going to cast Magic Missile, which is going to deal 13 points of damage as you see these tiny little motes of arcane energy spout out from his fingers. Iluna.
I'm gonna try and blind this Y2 down here so it has less of a chance of seeing anything.
Okay.
And might run into spike growth that it's attempting to avoid. Oh, I just click the charge. I don't have to it doesn't enhance the bow. I just use a charge. I was like, where? For the...
Right, yes, you just use a charge. Yeah, so you still have to attack with it. So
yeah.
you still have to roll to attack. But as long as it hits, then the target makes a con save or be blinded. So that is going to miss.
We'll try again.
Okay.
Go.
That definitely hits. Go ahead and roll the damage.
When it hits, I can use a spell slot. That's still just part of the same turn. Yeah, expend a spell slot and it'll give 2d8.
2d8 radiant damage.
Okay. Okay, so where are my spell slots? So this is the original. And then I just do 2d8.
Yep, and then you do 2d8, and then he's going to make a con save. Which fails. Jesus.
Is he blind now?
He is blind.
Good. I never use those damn things. And that's just regular action. None of that took my bonuses.
Let me see. I believe that is the case. Yes. Yeah, you use your action to use the attack action. Yes, so you do still have your bonus action.
Well, Anime's right next to this other one up at the top. She definitely needs to get the fuck away from there.
Okay.
But while she's there, she's gonna try and scratch the shit out of its face or whatever. Ooh. That looks alright.
One hit.
Where are we at? She has all of her movement, doesn't she?
Yeah. All right. 9 points against that guy.
I guess I'll stay here. I hate retreating.
Seftis, you can see that this Yuan-Ti in front of you, as he is just being, like, left and right smacked around. He's letting out these more and more struggled, pained groans, as his hisses are likewise being, kind of drowned out.
Alright, I'm going to try and attack him there with a sword. Ooh.
So that's 20, my friend. If you use your inspiration, you get that back.
So, using the inspiration, what would that do for me then?
Oh, wait, no, sorry. No, it's if you roll a nat 1. My bad. It's if I roll a crit against you. My apologies. You would not want to use inspiration right now, because that would make you re-roll that. Or
Yeah.
So, sorry. I'm literally, yeah, you all know it's the first time we're using this. But yeah, that's going to be 4d6 plus 4 plus 24. So 4d6 plus 28, my friend. This thing only had 6 hit points left. I'm not even going to do the math, because that's just kind of mean. So just coming up to this thing, it's trying to fight off as best as it can. It came up, it had grappled you, me came up stabbing it, Albina comes up, trying to swipe at it with its with her Fist of Mistra. A spiritual weapon appears behind it, clubbing it in the back. Iggy shooting little magic missiles. All of a sudden, this hulking furnace of a barbarian walks up, sword in hand, clean sweep straight through the middle. No blood is sprayed because its body is instantly cauterized by the scorching flames coming off of your flame-tongue greatsword, or your volcanic greatsword.
Nice.
You still have whatever movement left, which you have only moved 20 feet.
I've got a second attack still, haven't I?
You do, but your next opponent is 40 feet away from you, across a reach of ground that is difficult terrain.
I can use my longbow though, yeah?
Yes, you could. Now, the thing to keep in mind is, in order for you to switch weapons in this way, you would have to drop your greatsword. Because you cannot stow your weapon and then pull out your next one, but you can drop it and then pull out your longbow.
Okay. If I do that, can I light the arrow on fire as well?
Yes.
To do extra damage?
That is perfectly fine, because you just have the ability to touch a thing and it sets on fire, so 100%.
Alright. Yeah, I'll do that then.
Coolio. So that's going to be an additional
blinded.
1d6. Yes, it is blinded, which means you have advantage against this thing.
Poor snake.
So I roll with advantage to attack, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. Unfortunately, that misses.
Oh no.
Use my
but-
inspiration point.
You know what? I'll say if you want to re-roll, you can use your inspiration to re-roll. But you can only re-roll once if you have advantage. So go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage. Oh, that's rough, man.
That's rough.
That is rough. So you see Cephas is like standing there. He just swiped to this thing. We will say that since this is the first time that you've done like a quick drop and reload, you cut this thing in half. You look over, you see it, you measure it super quick, and you realize you're not going to be able to rush up there. So you just drop your sword. It's still burning as it hits the swampy ground, sizzling, and smoke start rising as you're trying to take aim. Even though this Yuan-Ti out there is like wildly flailing, the smoke coming up from your sword is just distracting you. As you try and swipe it away, you take a wild swing or a wild shot as it zips past him.
Whoopsie.
Do you want to use any more of your movement?
No, I'm good here.
Cool. Smith, it is your turn. This snake, this Yuan-Ti out there beyond the bramble is blinded still as it is flailing about.
Do I get advantage on it?
Are you using an attack that you roll an attack for? Then
Like
yes.
a chromatic orb, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, if you roll to attack it, you have advantage. Blinded creatures also automatically fail any ability check that requires sight. Because when it's blind, it can't see the fireball coming at it.
Makes sense.
But yeah, otherwise you would. There you go. That hits. Lets out a pained hiss as it tries swiping away. It's still dazed and confused, as it is still blinded until we get back around to Iluna's turn. So it is just going to. It is just like flailing about wildly. I keep hitting my mic.
So what you're saying is, wacky inflatable and tube man.
Huh?
Wacky inflatable.
Oh yes,
tube man.
yes.
Yes.
Wacky flailing inflatable arm
So-
tune man. Get it right.
So hearing where all the commotion is coming from, it is going to try, in this moment, taking its bow and arrow, because remember, it does not have its sword anymore because it dropped it, and it's just going to fire wildly in your direction. So this first attack is going to be made, and these are with disadvantage. That's a 13 to hit. And I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a perfect number. So I can do that. 1. So that is going to Smith. So that is a 13. So that misses. And its next attack is a 20 to hit. And that is going after Smith again. So it is, it basically takes one shot and then takes another shot in the exact same spot. So Smith with a 20, it is going to hit you. And it is going to deal 12 points of piercing damage. And then you feel a sting in your chest where this arrow landed as you take an additional 12 points of poison damage.
Damn.
Can I is it too late to shield?
It's not. Would you like to
Okay,
cast
let's do it.
shield?
Yeah.
Okay. Your AC goes up from a 17 to a 22. Those, as time reverses for a moment, the arrow.
I was gonna catch it, but I
Yeah.
didn't realize it had.
Oh yeah. You're gotcha. Your missile snatching gloves. So You think to yourself as you see him, taking aim in your direction, like you feel your gloves starting to, you're trying to get ready to grab this thing, but almost at the last second, this thing is going to hit you, and you are not fast enough to catch it. So you conjure your shield as it bounces off the one aimed directly for your chest. All right.
Nice.
Me.
Oh, it's blinded, right?
It is blinded. It has taken shots at Smith. You see that it is trying to focus in to where you are all standing so that it can take its shot at you.
Well, the reason I was asking is because I now gain advantage on attack rolls against it.
Yes, you do.
So let's go.
That's right, he does. I'm just teasing.
Let's see. Can I get that nat 20? Nope.
Nope.
All right. So 19 to hit.
Yep.
Which triggers sneak attack because advantage.
That is true.
So there's 6.
What's that, Smith?
There were some crossbows too, range attacks.
Yeah, sneak attack works on range.
As long as it is a
finesse.
finesse weapon, yep. And it is a ranged weapon.
Yeah, as long as it's finesse or ranged. All right. So go ahead and roll your
right.
sneak damage. All right, so
that's 11.
17.
And then one more attack because crossbow bullshittery.
Yep.
Hey, they're both 25 to hit.
Hey, look at that.
And that's 10 piercing damage.
Okay. They both land square in this thing's chest as it lets out a pained hiss once again.
The pew pew.
All right.
That's all I can do.
You. I feel like I need to have a Soulja Boy soundboard. So
you.
So you is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. Kind of snap his fingers onto his staff, and then I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
No, because he automatically fails any dex save based on sight because he can't see what you're casting.
Lightning bolt.
Oh, fucking hell, man. Lightning Bolt is Christ alive. Lightning Bolt is such an underrated spell. It literally does the same amount of damage as a fireball. Granted, it does have, a smaller area that it can hit because it can only hit 10.
It's a 100-foot line.
Yeah, because it's a 100-foot line, so the most you can hit is 20 creatures, and I think because of, the area of a fireball, it's bigger. But my god, is lightning so fucking cool. All right, so yeah, that's terrible.
I just like to point out, not that long ago, Lucas sat down and he goes, "Hey, Jared and Aaron, do you want to make some 2 bullshit characters that have intertwining backstories and might possibly fuck over my entire campaign?" And Aaron and I both said, "Bet."
I also did not expect for him to spend his magic item allowance on a staff of power. But hey, you know what?
You weren't expecting the rapier.
When you introduce new characters and you give them a magic item allowance of so many points, and they spend it all on one thing, I guess it's a kid at a candy shop, man. All right, so yeah, you step over, you snap your fingers up against your staff, point it forward. This thing has no clue what's going on, only other than it heard the snaps, and then a blast of lightning hits this thing, continuing off into the distance behind it. As you can see, that smoke is now rising from it. Its body still bleeding from the arrow shots. Albina, or unless you has a bonus action.
Nope.
Okay, cool. All right, Hannah, it is your turn. Hannah.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can.
Oh, sorry, I turned my volume down because I kept coughing.
All good.
Oh.
All right. I just need to get within 80 feet of this thing. Can I, like, 15 feet in front of you? Would that be close enough to shoot? Yeah.
I think you're already within 80 feet of it.
Oh yeah,
Am
yeah.
I?
From
right where you're
there,
standing.
From right there, you are 50 feet away.
I don't know why it seems so large. Okay.
Yeah. Believe me, this map is honestly, for me, it's the flowers. The flowers make everything seem like really big.
Mm.
Like I'm further away, yeah, than I realize. Okay. I can't move that thing with me.
Holy shit.
Spiritual weapon can move 60 feet.
Oh, yep. So let me move that. Do you want it to move up within melee range?
So my movement is the bonus action? Or no?
No. So what it is if you click your spell, it says as a bonus action on your turn, you can move the weapon up to 20 feet. So your spiritual weapon could move at most down to there.
It just needs to be within 60 feet to attack, or no?
It needs to be within So when you cast it, it is you can summon it within 60 feet of you. But the thing is as long as you have it, you can continue using your bonus action, but you could dispel it as a free action and recast it as a bonus action 60 feet away. You're just going to burn another spell slot to do so.
I can still attack with it, right?
You could still attack with
it, yes. I'm dispelling it. Okay, I'm going to do that instead. So I'm just going to dispel it. I'm going to move, however, let's see, 20 feet in front of you. If that makes sense.
You are moving down to here?
That's good right there. Is that 30?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's 30
perfect.
All right.
So I'm gonna
roll the
cast my spiritual weapon one more time and advantage. Wait, this doesn't get advantage,
It does
right?
get advantage, yes, because this thing is still blind until Iluna's turn.
Forgot to click on it with advantage. I'm sorry.
All good.
Except did I inflict wounds? No, I did hit spiritual.
Yeah, there you go. That hits. Go ahead and roll the damage. And what a party decision. Let's go into the mire of dead men. Let's kill some crocodiles, make some loud explosions, and then try to rest.
I don't rest.
No,
I mean, it was definitely beneficial to it. Was
while that is rolling the damage, I'm gonna use my short bow. Oh wait, I can't. Can I? Yes, I can.
Yeah, you can. Yep.
With the benefit listen to me with advantage with my inspiration.
Right. Yep, as long as you don't die before you click that button.
I will get it right at one point to right click it because I just did.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotcha.
It's okay.
You all right over there?
Yeah.
All right, go and roll again because you have advantage against this thing. That's rolling. I'm gonna grab a drink.
It's been like this for a while since I got back, but it's okay. Oof. I think the cough suppressant's running out. I still cough even with the cough suppressant, but yeah.
It is fucking hot in there.
Dude, it is so muggy outside.
That's awful. I'll tell you what, that is okay, that definitely hits. I'll tell you what, that is one of those things that like when I first set up my computers, Jesus Christ, when I first set up my computer and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play D&D, you know, on 3 monitors and a TV. It's like, sounds great, but then you don't really take into consideration that monitors put out heat, a computer puts out heat, and then I, an egregious fat man talking for 4 hours straight, like 3 to 4 hours straight, puts out a lot of heat that has nowhere to go but in front of me. So in front of me just gets really hot.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, I think all my rolls have finalized.
It is Iggy's turn. A few... Wow. Damn. All right, well. You see 3 magic missiles from Iggy as he moves up next to Smith. Give him a little bit of a tap and is like, hey, check this out. And they fly out, hitting this thing in the chest. Iluna, you can see that as this, as Iggy is hitting it, it kind of stumbles back a bit, and then it shakes its head, it rubs its eyes, and it blinks, and it looks at all of you, and it lets out this loud yell, this primal cry. It is your turn.
Where are we at? Yeah, I guess
10,
just
20,
Moonbow.
30, 35, 40, 45.
Yeesh. 14.
Unfortunately, that would miss.
That's a bit low. What on earth?
Oh, hey, look at it this way. You get your inspiration back.
Oh, I didn't even notice it was that low. I just saw the 9.
Oh, yeah, that's a nat 1. I was going to say that I was going to impose disadvantage on that attack, but you know what? You did it for me, Stacy. Good on you. Look at that, thinking like a DM already. I was going to make that even harder for you to hit.
Fantastic. So I just stand here and do flipping nothing. I mean, I did blind it and give advantage to everyone else, so, you know, I can't do everything. I guess anime... wait, how far away is she?
Anime is right next to you. You are 55 feet away from it.
Ooh.
So she could fly down there and then fly 5 feet away, but would be in prime real estate to get her ass beat.
Really close.
Well,
and I just stay here. This thing's...
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you have Cephtus, who has a turn still with a 40-foot movement.
Can I... dispel this path?
Yeah, you can always dispel a spell. Yep.
And hope we can take this thing out as people run at
it. You doesn't run.
All right, so are you holding back on your, are you doing anything with your bonus action then?
I don't think I have anything except for... Well, I was gonna make him a favored foe, but I didn't hit him, so... No, we'll just stay here. Or...
You know, there's also the potential of healing Smith.
Oh, is he looking?
Nah, he's fine.
Poorly.
Smith is pretty hurt.
Nah, he's fine.
Some hits, but
actually, had I hit Smith, correct me if I'm wrong, you would have been down to 2 hit points if you had not cast shield, right?
I would have reduced some of the damage with my gloves, but yeah, I would have been down pretty far. It would have hurt.
Yeah, so you use that information as you wish.
Is that is using a Healing kit.
Metagaming, Lucas.
Is using a healing kit is a full action.
So that's a full action.
Full action.
What can I?
Full action.
Hey, Lucas. Is it a full action?
It is a full action, in fact. The most you could do, Stacy, would be to cast Healing Word. Or Healing Spirit. Healing Spirit requires you to for a creature to start its turn. Or no, I guess it's the first time on a turn, and it started its turn.
Click off.
You click off.
No.
Right? That was rude.
Rude.
Something on my screen would not go away, even though I clicked. It's just
Stop yelling at it.
Still there.
Blaming Lucas.
I blame anybody. It wouldn't click off. Anyhow.
God fucking damn it, Lucas. Why can't I close my browser?
Steve, why is your wife yelling at me?
He yells at everything.
Damn, shots fired. All right, good session, everybody. I'm gonna let Stacy and Steve go to couple therapy.
Why are you all
I think he needs
yelling?
a head somewhere.
All right, we're yelling.
Yes,
we're yelling because we are super curious about what Iluna's gonna do with her bonus action.
Why is your wife yelling at me?
Healing
Steve.
Word on Smith.
Steve, blink if you need help.
Oh my god.
All right. So, are you casting it at a first or a second level?
First.
Okay.
But it just says use. The first time using it doesn't
Oh
use a
shoot,
spell
that's
slot.
right. No, yes, that is because that's from your Magic Initiate feat, where you got your Druid ability, which means you get it once per long rest as a first level ability. So you'll be able to heal Smith for a wonderful 1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier. So
Got 6.
So you got maximum health, Smith. You got 6 hit points.
Nice. Thank you.
All right. Cephtus, you have just heard Iluna dispel her spell behind you as you see the ground in front of you slightly shift, clearing your way to this now no longer blinded Yuan-Ti.
All right. Do I need to do anything to pick my sword up? Is that like an action or something
You just
weird?
need to pick it up. Yeah, you just need to pick it up.
All right, it is picked up if I don't have to do anything.
Yep.
And that's 40 feet. Sweet.
That is 40 feet.
Swinging away. I'll be using one of the charges on the greatsword as well.
Ooh, that's rare. That's rare. Awesome. All right, so you can expend a charge, focusing your volcanic rage. So go ahead and swing to hit, my friend. Oh, that's a nat 1.
Ooh.
You do have inspiration, though.
Yeah, use inspiration. Roll again.
Yep.
Wow, I think everybody here, except for like maybe 2 people, have rolled a 1 today.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Well,
you do have your second attack.
I don't know if I fucking need it at this rate. Maybe I'll get a 3. No.
Oh my
2.
god.
Well, I'll just stand there and look imposing.
You know what? I know you just used your inspiration, but I'm gonna say you get that inspiration back, because that's kind of a feat to roll, a nat 1 and then 2 2s. Yeah, no, what we're looking
we just
at.
feel bad.
Yeah. What we're looking at right now is this Yuan-Ti basically in a drunken fighting stance right now, just kind of like dazed back and forth as if it was in Mortal Kombat waiting for his fatality to come. Just instinctively moving around Cephtus's sword. Smith, it is your action. or your turn.
Firebolt.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit.
It's bloodied, right?
I'm sorry?
It is bloodied, right?
It is bloodied, yes.
Uh-huh.
That hits.
Does it, though?
It does.
Be 10 damage.
All right. It is still standing, but barely. All right. On to its turn. Oh, I forgot to take away its blindedness.
Gets radiant damage too.
It's radiant damage?
Yeah, it's raging.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean your disaster aura. Shit. Creature. Oh. It starts its turn. It takes 4 damage. Are you fucking kidding me? So,
It's
okay.
dead.
Here's how this plays out. Cephas runs up to this thing, taking these swings. The Yuan-Ti just in a daze as it's as its body's just instinctively moving around Cephas' sword. A firebolt comes out from left field, smacking this thing in the chest, kind of bringing him back. As he looks forward at you, Cephas, eye to eye, he takes his sword and he hefts it overhead as all of a sudden he starts to slowly lower in front of you as your frustration from those whiffed swings, your aura just like cracking the ground, drying it up where you're standing, basically breaking it apart as fire wreaths up around his body with enough damage to kill him.
Nice.
You are nothing but vermin.
And good work.
With that, combat is over.
Is this where we call it a night as we try taking another short rest?
This is where we will call it a night, as you guys can now take a short rest. This is where, yeah. So this will be the end of the game for this evening.
Cool, because I'm exhausted, and I'm gonna post this picture on in the Facebook chat because Lucas, I have hit the point in time where I have worn my watch so much that this has occurred.
Oh, you got a farmer's tan, buddy. Dude, I feel that.
I got the watch tan.
Yeah, dude, I feel that. Like, I got like.
You were working outside?
I got that shit.
Here, we'll just, for the first time ever, I'll turn on the camera. Yeah, like, just look at that. The perfect circle of the watch and the watch strap. It's bad.
Wow.
Crazy. Well, there we go. The two viewers that we have on this stream get to see Jared's pale ass wrist.
Oh no! Right. You were still alive? Oh
Good
God!
night, stream. You got to see a beautiful ending.